One love, Delta 9 family. One love. One love, Delta 9 family. Everybody that's in the live right now, welcome into the live. Welcome into the live. Now, if you can hear me clearly, if y'all could hear me clearly, drop a 9 comment section. Guess what? There's so much going on. I see a lot of persons already in the comment section. Or who is this? We see who's in the comment section from early. The flight is boarding. Big up yourself, Selwyn. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for tuning in. Ivani, thanks for tuning in. Melinda, Rugranat, big up yourself, buddy. Thanks for tuning in. Najilla, everybody dropping the 9 them. Big up yourself, Desiree. Thanks for being a part of the live. Everybody in the live right now that can hear me and hear me clearly. Thanks for being a part of this. Shazila, moderating the live, right? Keeping everything in line. Thanks for tuning in. So much going on in the nation. We're boarding, but there's a very sharp boarding today. I got to update this. Look, there's so much going on. They got protests going on in the street because persons don't want to allow the recount. They got a big fire that just happened burning up people. It's a fire with these cooking gas. Look, it's so many things. We got to international and deal with some things as well. So many things going on in this flight. So many things going on in the flight, right? So as soon as you're coming, if you're going to watch it in the replay in the future or you're watching now, take a couple of seconds, thumbs up the live as you're coming because look, it's not a long boarding today. We got to make sure that we cover all the information that we have. So we're going to get right into what's going on in the country, right into it, because guess what? All of these things, and remember, y'all know, we understand that Jamaica got Usain Bolt body, but how Jamaica give it 2 days edge and come back and don't get the results and them things? I can show you the footage, you know, so you could see for yourself what's going on in Jamaica. Jamaica got 3 times the amount of people. Louis said we get 1 million, even though it's a little less than a million, right? Team Delta is a little less. But let me just run it off to the nearest one. How Jamaica give it 2 days edge, come back and done dealing with their results and everything, and we still dealing with recount and all type of corruption? When are we going to be a people that realize that we got to put a stop to this level of corruption that's going on in the country? It's about time. Like, how come these results taking so long to come out? Why every time they get elections in Guyana, there's always these big back and forth and this one and that one and this one rigging and all type of thing? The jealous, what's really going on? How come we still waiting on these results? And the Jamaicans done went straight to the poll, done decide who's going to be a part of the nation and people moving forward in a real way. Now we're hearing the level of corruption that's going on because something that we never hear happen before allegedly went down, right? And Jamaica almost had 1 million voters. You hear the Wendell, big up yourself, Wendell. You hear Wendell saying? And Jamaica had almost 1 million voters. You know what I mean? So it's about time. It's about time. As y'all could see, the flight is taking off. The flight is taking off today, and just like that, we up in the air and we starting to analyze all the things that are taking place. And the very first thing we got to deal with is this right here. Could y'all believe that this is what's going on today in Guyana? This is what's going on today, buddy. Today at Gecom. This is what's going on right here. This is the first thing we're gonna highlight on the flight today. Let's make sure I make it big so everybody could see is what really taking place. This is what's going on in the country. So whilst Jamaica's enjoying their results and everything has been finalized on that side, this is what we got for deal with it. Listen to this.
It's very clear. You can't change anything here.
It must be enforced. It's got to be at the moment.
Valid.
vote smugglers. You can go on and on, it doesn't change the reality. It is a valid, the voter voted on the number, the P.P.P number.
It is not valid, sir.
These vote smugglers.
It is not valid.
Mr. Kwame. All right. What's the trouble? What's the trouble?
I can't deal with that. I can't deal with
that. We are saying it is not a valid vote.
That's what A.P.N.U says.
It doesn't have to be in the ballot. The choice of the voter here is clear. Number 5, here.
The X must be in the box.
It doesn't have to be, Chanel. It does not have to be in the empty box. No, it does not have to be in the empty box.
I would like for that to put aside. That's a question.
No, I'm not going to be put aside because of valid vote.
All right.
What do you speak of?
Chanel, it is going to be questioned, but it will be placed for whatever party.
No, then it don't make sense to put a question. It don't make no sense to tell me that you're going to put the question.
The choice of the elector is clear.
It's invalid.
It's valid and valid. We know what valid and valid.
What if it is not no, the choice of
the person could have barely go like the number 5 and strike it off, and then has nothing to do with a
vote. You can tell whatever
All right. It is going to be a questioned ballot, and it will be placed for number 5.
It cannot be counted until it started.
Chanel, it is sorted.
Then they're telling me a question.
Matter closed. Let's move on. Let's move on.
The matter is not closed. The matter is not closed.
Once the vote intensive vote is clear.
What is not closed is the
Mommy.
He doesn't know law. He knows slander and libel. He knows slander and libel. He does not know law. Okay? Good.
Yes, because we got nobody to tell you.
It's what really going on in the country. While we anxiously awaiting the results from the election, people out here, and this is how they're dealing with one another, and this is how we're dealing with this process. So unprofessional. All the days I know with them voting thing, and somebody jump on in the comment section, call it in the numbers on the screen, the hotline numbers there. Let's conversate about this. Let right thinking mind start out and sort out is what really going on. Y'all ever hear anything like that? Where persons voting and they put in the X all the way outside of the box and there's still something that is valid? Y'all know you put the X any part of the paper and or on the part of the paper close to the box and the vote is still valid. I want to know if persons understand it to be like that and if that's something that's a normal thing. We want to get to the bottom so we can really conclude what's going on here. But take a look at what took place so we could really come to a good analysis.
We come to do a business. Let me do my business and nothing more. This is not a goal, it's not an exercise.
This is not a goal, it's not an exercise.
I hope most of the observers are observing.
You forget you in front of the court stealing an election.
He is
You
very
forget.
disrespectful.
You're trying to call
He's
me.
telling human beings.
Well, let's get outside of
Disrespectful.
Let's go. Yes.
Absolutely
Let's go.
disrespectful.
You call all you want. I will decide when I'm not afraid of you. I'm not afraid of anybody.
Absolutely
You're not
disrespectful.
intimidated because you are nobody.
Yes.
But trust me, I can react to anything. Take that try. I can react. I'm not afraid of you. You think I deal with you at the right time? I will come out there at the right time.
Really.
Right? I have a right to react to anything that is raised here. No, but the reaction is in my concern and interest.
Very. Welcome to going. Hey, welcome. Welcome. Welcome to the disruption of a free and fair election. Welcome to the disruption of democracy in Guyana. Welcome. This is what we call stalling. This is what we call disrespect at its highest level.
Could we please, the agents that are assigned to the table, if there are no other persons required here, could you please come up?
So we got the chance to see what's going on there in Gecom. Remember, the commissioners warned us. The commissioners give us a warning. They said, listen, if y'all go into elections with Gecom the way that it is, there's going to be problems. But given the time span and the way that everything would have proceeded, y'all know the rest is history. The elections went down, buddy. The elections went down, and that is what we're dealing with right there. This is what this is another thing that persons are saying on the ground. Let's listen to this. Let's listen to this right here, because these are some of the things that got persons worried. These are some of the things that got persons up and heated about what's taking place with the 2025 elections. And this is something that we really hope is rectified and rectified soon, Team Delta, because this right here is not what we need right now. We too wealthy. The people are at our borders. We can't be this divided and this lapse. We got to be focused. We have a lot to lose. So much to lose.
The process so far is quite smooth. Each table, you would have noticed, have a representative of every political party that would have contested in the elections. So I'm quite confident that the political parties who would have exercised their franchise in asking for a recount, which is the A.P.N.U.
Greetings, you're on to Delta 9 Media Live.
Delta.
Big up yourself, King. What's going on?
Big up. We can't let this thing go on, so brother. We cannot let this thing go down like that.
No.
If you listen to Primax said 10 o'clock tomorrow.
Yeah.
Kingston.
Yeah.
The protest starts 10 o'clock tomorrow.
Yeah.
Everybody who can go down, have to go is the one and only chance they have. And they have to go out. No ifs and buts. The army might be there for us to be against them, but it doesn't matter what. Let the army know we fighting for you. Let the police know we fighting for you. Shout to everybody gotta go out and shout over the army and the police head. Let them get the message. The people got to go out and scream as loud. They got to form a sentence. And shout it in the police, shout it in the army. We are for you. We fighting for you. You get it?
I hope that the situation. I hope that the situation don't end up right with persons. Yeah, I got piece of Biomax. I got piece of Biomax to share with the family up here too.
Listen to Brian Max. If you didn't listen to him, you don't have time for that because you got your own agenda. I looking at every platform, everything. The people must go out, start 10 o'clock in the morning. I wish I could be there, bro. I wish I could come down there.
Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah. All right.
But do your thing. Do your thing.
I hear you, bro. Big up yourself, King. Thanks for calling in, right?
Yeah, man. Respect.
Yeah, man. Bless. You see, now this is the thing. This is the thing what the officials was talking about. This is the thing what people were talking about for a while. Is a long time now. Rondale and other persons is going down. And if I said your name wrong, Elder, I apologize. If I said your name wrong, because I really checked for your work and the effort that you put forward. Protesting in front of Gecom about this list, buddy. It's like when your mother talking to you and you're listening. This lady used to be out there for she and a few other people. She's out there protesting on Tuesday. Where was all of the support for this situation way before when it could have been prevented? She used to be out there protesting about what is taking place right here. Right here, this is the situation that people been trying to prevent. Even the commissioners, them come out, look, I'm going to play the piece with the commissioners, them talking. Because you see, when persons going out and the protesting is going to start, the ones that are going to get hurt is the regular man in the street. The regular man in the street, and we can't always be taking these losses, my brothers and sisters. We got to be wiser. We got to be wiser and move in a certain way with this situation here. We got to be wiser. Too many elections, too many times as a child, like growing up, I seen people getting hurt during these elections, right? Every time I say, man, and I see it with me own living eyes today. When I see Jamaica done dealing with results, I said, but what's going on in Guyana, man? When you look, people out protesting, recount. When you hear the situation, the same problem with the list from before. But it's because of situations like these
that
right here.
they will get the result that they're looking for based on the system that is there. I just want to push back a little bit for as it relates to today, September 1. September 1, we saw as an observer, GCCI, as you know, is an accredited observer. We would have noticed a very free, fair, and transparent day. We are very proud of Guyanese who would have came out, very mature, and to some extent we saw a lot of happiness and joy in some Guyanese, especially the first-time voters, on voting for today. We would have also started this observation when the disciplined forces would have voted the following Friday. We started a process, our members went out to various polling stations. I myself went to one on the East Coast and I would have observed the voting, and I was quite confident and comfortable with the process that Gecom has there. And I just want to applaud Gecom for exercising and organizing a very smooth procedure. I went into the polling station, the one I did on the East Coast when disciplined forces voted, and I observed the PO especially. She was very diligent in ensuring that voters have an understanding how to vote, particularly the first-time voters. We saw the polling clerk.
All of these proceedings, all of these observers, everybody giving a story, right? You see what Mandela is saying? Knowing how they stay, bro. If they know they had won, they would have had their supporters in the street and ready to upturn Gecom. Remember 2020 at Ashman's building? Do you see why Muhammad helped? I telling you, over and over these things keep repeating, but we gotta be the wiser generation. We gotta be the wiser generation. We gotta step beyond the racial divide and somehow realize that the right people got to be in a nation leadership for this nation to really have success in certain way. We can't continue with this divide and get no real success, but they them are gonna continue using we. They're gonna continue using we. Foreigners gonna come in and continue to plunder the nation because some gonna push for get what they want from them, and others is gonna be upset. So when they get the opportunity, they gonna do like. And if this one do, the one do back. This one do back. This one do. When it's gonna stop? When it's gonna stop? When we children gonna get peace, man? Which generation in Guyana gonna really enjoy the real wealth in the nation? The real wealth in the nation is to be able to enjoy it with those that are a part of the nation. How you feel if you belly full and everybody around you hungry, buddy? How you feel when you got everything and everybody around you got clam? What type of energies do you want to harness? We don't want poverty-stricken and very wealthy people in Guyana. So we need the right people in positions of power. The right people in these positions of power. In a while, people warning us about what's going on in the country. But we ain't taking heed. Now watch. Recount and all kind of thing, right? Recount at a time when other people got 2 days. 2 days in advance they had the elections, right? 2 days in advance we had re-elections. But look at what's going on. Jamaica already would have done what they needed to do. And did they voting and everything? Count and everything is moving forward. Why we still where we at? Why we still dealing with these situations? The warnings weren't heeded. The warnings weren't heeded. So look what's going on here now. What is?
All right, we got a team of people here from the Win Party, and I still have a sign says P.P.P. Civic rigged the elections. Now, how do you know they're rigging the elections?
They already projected they have won in Region 4, and the count isn't completed. Gecom, did you get the official result from Gecom as yet? And JAGDEO is saying he won Region 4. So, no, listen, you ask a question, let me answer your question. JAGDEO is saying that he has won Region 4, and the P.P.P. has won Region 4. There hasn't been an official...
Hail up, Ras Isan. Big up yourself, King. Thanks for being a part of the live. I see someone was asking me a question of what I was saying. Ramzan is asking, so who is better for Guyanese? The better party or the better collective of persons to run the country, Ramzan, are those that are going to be fair, are those that are going to be patriotic in the way that they run, are those that are going to be right in their endeavors when they're dealing with all demographics. You understand? They're going to give us real representation when we go to the UN. They're going to give us actual access to infrastructural development that will help us to be able to have some semblance of a real financial foundation. All the demographics, not just one set of persons having that financial community around them where they could deal with certain things in a certain way. Those would be the right persons to run the country. It ain't got nothing to do with no race with me, because I have every nation in my family. I don't have no time for them type of thing. That's stupid to me. You understand? And if it's a party thing, we already know that all the best people is not in one party. So it's a collective of people with a patriotic mindset to see persons in the country really living some type of life. We got wealthy nation, buddy. Why we people got to live like that? Why these things got for going on? Why these type of thing? Look, elections done gone in Jamaica, them are they counting their thing, you know. Look who going on with me. This is we from the first, you know. We elections was the first. Jamaica elections with more people was the third. The corruption going on so bad, you would think that, Jamaica got more corruption, right? We would think so. We would want to believe so because they got more people. We hear about a lot of different things that usually happen in Jamaica and stuff like that. But guess what? You know who's the persons? Look at what's going on in Jamaica right now. We can jump right back to the protest. Look at what's going on in Jamaica, just to show you. Watch.
Jamaica won this election. Yes. The majority of voters decided to choose Jamaica.
So, you see what the calm going on? They are already advancing in the move forward, you know. Margaret is saying, this done scan, read, and write. If he go on Gecom website, he will see who, you see, he will see who won the elections, though Tish. I tell him. Well, I don't know who you're referring to. So, you're going to move forward. I hope that that person is able to clarify what's going on there. But I just wanted y'all to see. This is what our brothers and sisters is experiencing. In Jamaica, the election was on the 3rd. We elections is on the 1st. and we still going back and forth. But guess what? We talk about something last wisdom. Well, Thursday last week, we had a conversation, right? Jeffrey was in the live. I don't know if Carla was in the live. I'm trying to call all the moderators that was in the live when we was having this conversation, right? About the fact that they're trying to create a controlled opposition. They're trying to create an opposition that is controlled by the leading party. And they're using certain plays out of the playbook, allegedly out of the playbook of persons from Barbados. If you look at how Barbados is having when the last elections went down, how things went down, we heard this from Mr. Fred Corbyn when he was highlighting certain things to us as to how they sent a person across the aisle and now it's a controlled opposition. I put all of it in the last Truth Thursday. You could check and you can see that in that video that's up on the channel right now. But guess what? Now we hearing, you see, it's just 1 week. I tell you, we can take some time and we can come back and revisit the same conversation and see how well it has aged. Let me see what's going on right here now. Let me hear what's going on here, right?
Guys, good morning. How is everybody doing today? So I read something on Critic's page and something came to my mind. So when the results from the polling station started to pour in, Critics said, "Forgive them, Lord, for they not know what they have done." And what I believe they have done is put P.P.P. in the position to be the government and the opposition of Guyana, with Mohammed as the face of the opposition. Checkmate. Now, JAGDEO is very calculated. He don't do nothing that don't benefit him. And the fact that he came out every week and bash Mohammed, it was for gaining sympathy from the opposition supporters. The Lamborghini situation was perfectly planned. Perfectly planned. You don't think that they know if they'd gone there for that Lamborghini that was going to happen? Huh? It was perfectly planned. It was a huge plot that they pulled off. Where now, P.P.P. is in government and opposition. So who's going to tell them what to do? Because they control both. So yes, Melly Mel and Odessa Primus. The people is going to forgive you guys because y'all two was two pawns in this chess game here. So here we're telling you. The two joker in the pack of the card. Now y'all destroy the entire A.P.N.U opposition. Only for P.P.P. be in control of the opposition. Dumbos.
We spoke about this. We spoke about this last week before the elections and other videos before that as well. We went into it, right? So now you see how persons are coming out and trying to make clean of the situation, like if people didn't go to Barbados, like if Motley allegedly didn't have the same situation just recently happened with her elections. And all of this is taking place, Delta 9 family. All of this is taking place in Guyana right now. Protesting in the street, gaslighting. You don't know what is what and what's really going on, because guess what? Elections that should take a little bit of time to come, to the point where if you have an elections on the 1st, I can't see how a country that had elections on the 3rd and way more persons than you, and in the same region that you're living in presently, a part of the same union with you, and you don't have a system similar to theirs, or at least close to similar to theirs, to where you can somehow have a faster turnover on this count. It's some amount of jiggery pokery and corruption going on, right? Some amount. Peter, big up yourself. Yeah, she is. She's right to a certain degree with a lot what she's saying, but she's excluding the fact that Muhammad and them went out. Big up yourself, Peter. Muhammad and them went to Barbados, right? And what was the arrangement is very suspicious. That you know that would have went down. That's just my suspicions about it. I could be completely wrong about it, but so many things can be a coincidence. That's why I would have learned in my little experience in life, you know. No, please don't tell P.P.P. undercover agent no paying sympathizers. Exactly, because they're trying to gaslight as if they didn't know what was going down all along, Mandela. They're trying to play a game. You know, sometimes when they're in school, right? And you know, like little days we used to play a game like you're there chilling like this, and your friend them gonna run up and tap you behind your head, and then everybody gonna look around like if they know what's going on. Right? Is there's the situation. Using a cat spa. The cat spa is this conversation with everybody now coming out telling you about the situation and acting like if it's somebody else that do it. When it had to be orchestrated by very powerful people in the country and very powerful people around the world that come together and say, listen, this is how we're going to be able to get this together to do X, Y, or Z. And Guyanese are none the wiser because now the situation going down, now persons are realizing the thing that some of us were pointing out. That's why unity is important. Because if we had a unified front, you know, long persons is protesting in front of Gecom. People is protesting in front of Gecom months and months ago. Months and months ago about the voters list, about biometrics, all of the videos is up on the channel. The videos is right there with the evidence when they would be protesting there. We would cover it so that persons could understand. The video them there.
Declaration by the Gecom official as yet. What does that say to you?
Well, the entire country can see the SOP and they can make the decision who is winning this election because it's free for anyone to see the SOPs online.
You, the P.P.P, could say anything about.
Greetings, you're on to Delta 9 Media Live.
Delta.
Greetings.
Yeah. What you got to take into consideration is who is involved having the election process on a hang. It hang up. Jamaican done. More people. Better system. Now you got to look into who is causing the election not to be finished, not to broadcast now. That's the main ingredient. You got to listen. This is not a talk story right now, bringing Melly Mail and Bobcat and all them bullshit, double cross, double face. Now it's not time to figure out that. Now it's time to get the votes recounted. That's the main objective.
So you could get to the bottom of it.
You gotta get the people to understand we must get the votes recounted, and it starts with a process with what do you call it? Ticketing, man. You go on and show up. You know. That's the first thing you gotta do. That's Brian Mack's plan for in the morning. You gotta pay attention to Brian Mack. He got some very, very good points. Right? You gotta look at this video.
I have a snippet of it here in the video. I'm gonna share it. Thanks for calling.
Play the video. If you got the video, play it. Forget about any other thing.
I will. I'm looking
the
for
people in the country must know what's going on. It's the moves to make. It's the only choice you have to go and protest in the morning. Because you need the votes to be recounted. Every region. Like what happened in 2020, this is exactly what got to happen here. To throw the P.P.P. out. Even Donald Trump might have to play a part here. Because there's a whole lot of things going on. Let's play the video.
I gotta pull it up. I gotta pull it up.
Yeah, play.
Yeah, as soon as I get it, I'm gonna pull it up. I'm looking for it right now. But I know that I have it in my stuff.
It's very important to play the video. Thank you. Respect.
Big up yourself. Greetings, you're on to Delta 9 Media Live.
Yeah, greetings. I watching this thing. Look, the longest rope have an end. As far as what I see, these people got the city locked. And all coming in to try to helping and seeing and all of them. It's a part to play. So, to me, there's no winning. They already know that they win the election how long by landslide and all that. They know they don't thief, left, right, and center.
Yeah.
And I look at the people who Mohammed had. Mohammed is supposed to be president. A.P.N.U is second. Even A.P.N.U and all with them. You hear me? They got the fix. That's why they could do. These people don't have to do good by nobody because they got everything controlled. They don't have to do good. You see? Because when people say not there no election coming up and they do every and this, you know, when election coming, people will be very circumspect.
Yeah.
To do everything good. You see them people they care? They don't care nothing but humanity. They care about money. But the longest rope have an end. You can see the counting over there coming back to it still. There's no, these people have no morals. They have no respect. And the longest rope have an end. God got put his hands on it. We got to continue praying. People say praying don't help. It looks like these things ain't happening, but God knows how to do your work. You know? They can get a rule away today.
Yeah.
It's time to be quickly.
Yeah.
And if Carter said the first get hold of the truck. If Carter get hold of the drugs, if it's there, then people very strict. Then people treat the citizens very good. And she in trouble.
Oh, the lady that get bust in Bangladesh?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. She could face the death. She could face the death penalty, you know, for that.
Yes, but the people is very, very strict in the country. You can't go in the place and do stupidness.
What about the fact that we hear the conversation about Bangladesh? She's visiting visiting to do voting and all of them things.
I see that I see these bus will pull up and all of that. And all them things they do.
Guyana is so much levels of corruption. Shelly, thanks for tuning in.
Number one, they had the pro. They had the pros and all these things. And they was paying people to wear their shirts to make up pros. Like they know why they do that.
You see what Shazila is saying? Shazila is saying someone said that 12 boatloads of Surinamis came to vote. ID card was given to them on the 25th. I telling you. Hey.
But the thing is, we are talking, what could be done about these things that is, what could be done? Because talking in doing nothing, these people don't care. They're very disrespectful. They think they own Guyana. And they think they above the law. You see how they got the law locked too? Because they got NEWSROOM there too. So even if you go to court, it's another session awaiting while they them messing up still. You see? Nobody looks like they're coming to help because it's to the purpose of others. But what has happened to them, everything that's pushed on that road to come out sometimes. The end, they're going to reach the end. It don't happen so.
Definitely. Thanks for calling in, all right, caller. And you have a great rest of the day.
Yeah, bye.
Greetings. You're on to Delta 9 Media Live.
All right, buddy. Good night. Good night, Uncle. Just get
Greetings, Uncle. Go ahead.
I've got some comments to make here.
Yeah, listening.
Yeah, you see that roundabout, but you say you can't word roundabout, no nothing. If P.P.P. never wins this election, but if P.P.P. never wins this election,
Yeah.
They got to get a recount because when you listen to this election all the time.
1 second, uncle, not to cut you. Not to cut you, uncle. Mandela, your uncle saying? Mandela, your uncle saying the same thing you was just saying in the message there? That's the same thing. What comment on what Mandela was just saying? Yeah, listen to your uncle.
You can't worry with that woman. That woman is a crazy woman. Remember, when the recount starts, the recount Mohammed accompanied all the way up. Eventually, now Mohammed only get region 10 and region 7, 2 regions, and Mohammed accompanied. Now, Bharat said no mathematics. He do this thing, Bharat, because before Gecom advertised the results, Bharat advertised it.
Yeah.
Bharat advertised it, which Bharat not supposed to advertise it. Bharat never will. Why? Mohammed asked for a recount at region 8. You don't want to see Mohammed. Recount, how them ask for recount in 2020? Do a recount here. What JAGDEO get them lose the election. P.P.P loses the election body. Let them go for a recount. Let Bharat them believe they win this election. Okay, have we win? Let me go for a recount to prove ourselves have we win this election.
Yeah.
Bharat never win this election body. Bharat do, he is the man, and then you see who they get, and get critic, put thing over here, not play the video if you get them.
I played, we went into that yesterday. We went into the yesterday because guess what? There's no incite violence, so people now get themselves involved.
He has created violence in there, and Bharat don't tell enough. He has created violence.
Uncle, I got a video right here that's gonna give you some satisfaction. Guess who saw him in the press conference today?
Yeah, it's not the opposition that creates problem there, you know. It's critics and Bharat that create the problem here now.
Yeah.
Them two are creating the problem because critics know P.P.P lose the election, but they put themselves in because he got there free and he can do what he likes. But let me tell you, somebody, go to the road. Some scraping, the car people scraping, somebody go blow your head, you know.
But I hope that don't happen, man. I hope that don't happen because
nobody glad for that happen, but his behavior.
He probably not understand what he's saying. He's putting himself in danger. I was talking about the fact that he came all the way over here and was circling on the black list for BURKE and them. It's dangerous.
If you check P.P.P in Bordeaux 19, P.P.P people going burn down and bomb on woman house. Still vandalism.
Yeah, was voting for win. Supporters was supporting win. I saw that go down. Yeah.
Yeah, but critics of Dave Bharat and losing election, but in the end, they go when we come, they lose.
Well, I telling you, it seems like great minds think alike. It seems like great minds think alike, Uncle. Because a lot of persons is agreeing with you.
Since the election starts, non-time P.P.P never win region 4. None here.
Well, listen. Thank you for confirming that.
They give left them for mafia vote. Let them so. What do they give them? Let them so it can be raised. Let them so they can.
Yeah.
Where the SOP, so not soap and the SOP sometimes. Okay, buddy.
All right. Pick up yourself, Uncle. Thanks for calling in, right?
Yeah.
Well, I telling you, you hear Uncle just confirm. So when I saying it, you know it's coming from persons that got history in the country as well. Grown folks that understand the real history of the election. They know. I say to myself, I can't ever remember. But remember, I'm not old enough to know about the very first set of elections. And I probably research, but you know, sometimes I get a little blunt with the history. But I never remember there was a history of the P.P.P ever winning Region 4. You understand? And look, so many persons got a lot to say about what's taking place right here. Let me listen a little bit to what our brother Brian Max is saying before we proceed with the live. I got a video for show y'all to where, remember, recently we covered a video where critics come on live and was doing all kind of antics wearing a ski mask. Well, he was just served, and he was served in the press conference. And we got that video to share with you live here on True Thursdays with Delta 9 Media. But they see this flight is international. We're all over the place like this, highlighting all the details. That's why it's important that is almost 1,200 persons in the live right now. Please, ladies and gentlemen, kindly take a couple of seconds and thumbs up this live so the world could understand what's going on in our beautiful nation of Guyana, so that the Caribbean would understand and persons close by in the diaspora would understand what's taking place in our country right now. Because if we don't highlight these things and they sweep it under the rug, then these things are going to end up just like all the things in the past, where we don't get real success and real forward movement from the situations that's going on in the nation. Could you believe that after so many days, this is what persons got to come to? Persons got to come to calling a protest so that they can get an actual vote that the persons will respect. Let's hear what Mr. Brian Max has to say right here.
Claudette Singh of Gecom, you're going to get it right this time. We're not playing with you anymore. You're going to get it right this time.
Here's a hot take. If you have a message inside you that people are meant to hear, it'll never make the impact that it truly deserves.
Make sure you get it right. Count the SOPs, as we did in 2020 at the Gecom Center at High and Hartfield Street when Mingo had his issue.
You see what Patrick is saying? If they only recount, they should check the names and signatures carefully. JAGDEO and Ali going to jail. Well, who knows? Who knows with that? Because I've never seen any high-ranking politician in the history of our nation actually go to jail. You know what I'm saying, Patrick? I yet to see that. I know about if the one is actually going to go down, but let's see what's going to take place. And the woman from my scheme that got hold with the load in India is connected to the P.P.P. We was talking about this. I was just talking to a caller, right? And we were highlighting the fact that they just had this big bus in Bangladesh, and then we were hearing about persons allegedly from Bangladesh voting in the elections. And we were asking if the underworld's connected, and something is something with what's going on right there. But this is what our brother Mr. Brian Max, one of the activists from the Win Party, is saying right now. And they're saying, listen, we're prepared to go and protest to make sure that these votes is recounted, because it don't seem that everything is right. Let me hear what
and then we moved it 6 months later, and we counted it at the convention center. You, old lady, you're going to learn to count all over again. This is not a game. We're not playing a game with you. We're not asking you to count it. We're telling you to count it. And if in your old age, nobody ever shouted in your head, I'm going to be the one to shout in your head. You're going to get it right this time. This is no game. You're not going to put in the P.P.P. to run this country for another 5 years when they didn't win the elections. We wanted the SOPs counted. We want the votes counted. And just like how I got up in the face of A.P.N.U in 2020, I'm getting up in the face of the P.P.P in 2020. In 2025. It's not a game for me. I don't play games with my country. I put my life on the line for this country every single day. And you're going to get it right. American ambassador, you're going to get it right. British High Commission woman, old woman who like to dance with her finale, you're going to get it right. Canadian ambassador, High Commission, whatever the hell you are, you're going to get it right. And the Organization of Overseas States, whatever it is, your name is, go your way, man. You're going to get it right. You're going to get it right. Because we're not accepting nonsense. You're going to count, you're going to bring the SOPs at a convenient location, and we're going to come with our SOPs. And we're going to compare them, and we're going to pass region by region, as we did in 2020. You're not accepting that bullshit where you just bring some SOPs, you're just producing some SOPs that you've written up, and then you're telling us our SOPs are fake, when we have the signatures of all the agents and our SOPs, and you don't, Your SOP don't have the signatures of the agents. But your one is fake, is not fake. Our one is fake, and our one got the original handwritten signatures. Exxon, go look in your security hut. There's a bolo sign for me already. Be on the lookout for Brian Max. Go print that sign back over. Go print it over again. Make it bigger this time.
See, Mandela is saying, you see, they're trying everything to irritate the people who they have no respect for and call scrapes. But those people have brains. They are waiting on the legitimate announcement. Patience is the key. Patience is the key, bro. Big up yourself, Mandela. There's a real reasoning right there. Greetings. You're on to Delta 9 Media Live.
Hello. Good afternoon to you, my young brother. How are you doing today?
What's going on, Flash?
Pardon me?
What's going on? What's going on? Big up yourself. Thanks for tuning in.
What's going on? I fire up. But God didn't tell me yet to come to Guyana. God know why he's keeping Flash in Guyana. But me got to big up Big Max. Big Max said just how me was in the face. I'm going to be in your face. We all those fight with my own child. Where is black men for cry for them child like Brian Max? I cry to win party. No be party, win party. That is what you call politics and politics. When you got to fight, you got to fight.
Yeah.
Our ancestors, black people free from slavery.
Yeah.
And it's too long, black people keeping their hands in their pockets. And I spread the word of God from the program every day. God for Pharaoh. God people free from punishment and slavery. In the heart, God talk, and God talk. God said Moses, but Pharaoh refused to set God people free and stop nonsense. And God, we have to drop the hammer. When that girl met Samson,
Delilah.
Can you hear me? When
Delilah.
I forgot your name.
Delilah.
When she came to the back door.
Yeah.
And met Samson lose his strength.
Yeah.
Samson in go and pray like go lie down and done. He prayed to God, said, God, restore back my strength. Let me do A, B, and C. God did not say, oh no, Samson, I can't do that. God give him that strength.
Yeah.
When little David, when little David was seeing everybody in that village that's destroying, little David said, Lord, let me be the one for settling the money, for start tormenting and punishing the village. And God said, no, David, I can do that. God put that strength and got a stone and hit that big strong man down. I forgot his name. You more young than me, you're way more young than me. This is what black people have to do and all that needs. We got to do what we have to do for set guidance for all.
Yeah.
For all.
There needs to be a unity. There needs to be a unity among. Yeah, there needs to. Yeah. There needs to be a unity on the ground against the level of corruption that's taking place. From since when the armed forces was voting. From since the armed forces was voting. Yeah.
You have to demonstrate.
Yes.
You got to demonstrate love, unity, and support. You got to demonstrate sacrifice.
Yes.
You got to demonstrate demand.
Yes.
And the message on the program today We have to stop living like club and live with love, unity, and support for all children in Guyana, for all ways in Guyana.
Powerful message. Say it again, Flash. Say it again, Flash. Now you gotta say that again, Flash. So they can hear it again. We gotta say that piece, that last piece, the message. We need the message one more time. We need a message one more time. That's a powerful message, man. Please.
What was the message?
The message of them coming together with unity. Every person coming together. That message really left on the channel. Emphasize it. Give them one more time. Say it one more time for them.
We have to come together with love, unity, and support. Demonstrate it.
Yes.
That all Guyanese will inherit and live in a free and fair country and enjoy the blessings of God. Yes. We are so blessed. Everyone Guyanese are so blessed. And we don't even realize that we was the bread basket. And we could still be the bread basket. But we have to remove this word covetous.
And corruption.
And I am better than you. And you're not better than me.
Yep, that's the key right there. Big up yourself, Flash. Thanks for calling in. Powerful message, bro. Thanks for calling in.
Anytime, my brother.
See? This is why it's got to big up the Delta 9 family, the people them who's calling, the live audience, the persons watching it in the replay, who's put insightful comments in the comment section, the people in the live comments too. Insightful audience. I really appreciate sharing this time and being of service to every single person that's watching right now. Thank you. Thank you for being a part of the live. And right now we're getting into some serious situations in the country. Persons are coming into the focus and realizing, listen, we got to come together to get an end to this situation. We can't keep bickering and going back and forth. You do me, I do you back. Do back, do back. No, we can't tear one another all the time. At some point we got to do this. We got to take all of these and put it together so that we can be strong and defend ourselves against what's going on with we. People is oppressing we, but they listen to what's going on. Look how long. This is the commissioner, right? They got the protests. We're going to go back to the protests what's going on in front of Gecom, right? Because we flying around, we cruising around. This is what the commissioner said before the elections, you know. Before the election, let me make sure I put it so persons could understand. All of this was going on right here. People talking about it before the elections happen. Listen.
Is Gecom in its current form at the operations and administrative levels in a position to deliver to this nation free, fair, and transparent results tomorrow?
My response to that is that Gecom is in no position to guarantee, mark my word, to guarantee the delivery of free, fair, and transparent elections. I don't know what will happen. I don't know what they'll actually deliver, but you don't take, is it pig in the bag, they say?
Yeah.
You don't go for
don't buy pig in bag.
You don't buy pig in bag. And Gecom is like
telling you.
It might turn out that the pig is good, but who should commit themselves to taking that chance with a critical product that if
like an election,
it is not good, it's detrimental to the nation at large.
Let's talk to the voters.
Y'all hearing? That's one of the commissioners that refused to be a part of the process walk off, right? So listen, I ain't in this with y'all. I am not gonna be regarded as this, as playing this part when this is made into history. You're not gonna say I ain't this. Let me listen again. You see, look, this is the thing, you know. We got to, when persons is calling for unity, unity is a big thing, but we got to be vigilant so that we know that, listen, this is going on a while now. Persons is protesting about what's going on in front of Gecom. A blessed good evening to all. Justice for Adriana. Justice for all. Real thing, Roxton. Thanks for tuning in. Big up yourself, and it's definitely justice for Adriana and justice for Kian, Rondell, Crummy Wing, right? All our brothers and sisters that was unalived in these very, very suspicious manners, that yet is to get justice. Family members still dealing with these types of traumas, right? Big up yourself, and thanks for tuning in. Everybody that's in the live right now. Y'all hear what the commissioner saying, buddy. Y'all hear it directly from people in Gecom, right? Greetings. You're on to Delta 9 Media Live.
Bro, big up.
Yeah.
Let me make it very simple to you.
Yeah.
When these people get into power, right?
Yeah.
When they were put there to be there for a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
That's the whole motive when they started to drill for oil and the P.P.P. get into office.
Yeah.
They put them there. The game plan with other going on in Gecom last week and last month and last year.
Yeah.
These people were put there to serve there for a very long time. And the only way you can make a change, you gotta rise up. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
All man Jack has to rise up. That's the only way, because they're gonna be there till the aisle there goes done or is done and the goal and everything. That's why they were put there. Okay?
Yeah.
And they themselves can't do anything about it. It's the Guyanese people has to help JAGDEO and Irfan Ali and all of them. The people will have to help them now. They're making money, yes, right?
Yeah.
They may want to run from the position they're holding right now, but they can't run. You get it?
Yeah.
They are in such a state, they put themselves in such a position, even if they want to run, they can. The Guyanese population shouts out to them, say, hey bro, we know what you're in. We want to help you guys now. Take all the money, but we want to save you. Hey man, this thing is so freaking uprising. There. I got a call coming to you.
Alright, big up yourself. Yeah, this is what was being discussed in Gecom a while before the elections. Parsons is already highlighting what's about to take place. And so said, so done. So said, so done. This is the situation on the street. Let me go back so we could understand what's going on with our brothers and our sisters that's out there right now dealing with this situation in the street. Boots on the ground. Boots on the ground because of what the commissioner just pointed out.
P.P.P. rigged elections.
I am saying that they rigged it. Because, listen to me, sir. You ask me a question. Will you allow me to answer?
Sure, yes, sure. Go right ahead. We're live. We're going live.
I'm saying to you, sir, if there's no official declaration from the Guyana Elections Commission, yes, every party is supposed to have statements of poll. But will the P.P.P. said to this nation that they have lost the elections?
The main fact, nobody wants P.P.P.
Yeah.
Guyana don't want P.P.P. anymore. We don't want them. We don't want to suffer anymore.
I agree what you're saying. I do agree what you're saying.
Yes.
But what we've seen. All right, let me talk now, man.
Your question to me is, how do we know that the P.P.P. rigged the election? They've always done that, and you can track their behavior. You see, again, you come.
I'm not cutting you as yet, but when you finish, I'll come in.
Before I can completely say, okay, all right, I will not continue with you anymore. That's not the way.
All right, so tell me the elections that the P.P.P.
That's not the way you do an interview. You ask me a question, you allow me to speak, and then you do your rebuttal. I will not.
Go ahead again. All right.
I will not. Because it seems as though you're biased.
I'm not biased. I listen to you, but I'm a media. I gotta ask you a question.
When I responding your button, you're like,
all right.
I'm not in a good mood, sir.
All right. But I am continuing right now. I have one button now.
I'm not in a good mood, sir. Not today. For that. If you ask me a question, you allow me to respond. You do not
all right. Anybody else want to say something on the wind side? All right. So there's the wind group of people here from the wind party, and they're saying that the P.P.P. rigged this election. and they know that the election was rigged by the P.P.P. When I asked him how he know the election was rigged, he said he knows the election was rigged. So
And we are serious about it. We are serious. We are ready to lay down our life for our votes.
Ali swearing in today, Mommy.
Ali swearing in. He's as we didn't got to swear in today. Because you know what? There will be a serious consequence.
so if Ali swearing today, what position Mohammed will swear in? Asruddin.
What position? You will see. You will see. You will see.
Now this country can have two presidents.
Oh well. You had places where countries had two presidents. In Venezuela, you had Guaido and you had Maduro. We gonna get two in Guyana.
Yeah, later we're going on there, Whomie are here we're taking place on the ground. It's true, Thursday is right here on Delta 9 Media. And y'all could truly see how much that brother is moved by what's proceeding with these elections. Why is it taking so long to get a conclusive final report on less than 1 million votes? Can we call in some of our brothers and sisters from Jamaica, an actual panel of persons, and have them show us how these systems run so that we don't have this situation coming 2030? All right, these elections pass. We know we got a counting problem, seemingly. Let me say we didn't know all the time. Could we set up something, man? Why every time they get elections, there's something going on in the street? Now we're hearing the conversation about putting two presidents in place. That situation that could have some far-reaching implications where persons could find themselves getting all kind of charges, right? Persons could find themselves getting all kind of charges. Because if you see people getting treason charges, and some of them were saying, listen, we wasn't even a part of no protest. We was just in the vicinity. What kind of charge you think persons are going to get? And I'm not trying to scare anyone away or make anyone feel like they should endeavor to do anything like this. I'm just, speculating on certain things. Now, what kind of charge you think a person is going to get for trying to have two presidents in one country that usually will have one? It's going to be something close to the same thing or worse. You understand? And we don't want that level of foolishness going on, because we just see almost 200 people or more that were arrested and put on all of these charges and had to do time in prison, not prison, time in lockups and all of these things, you understand? And we don't want that type of situation to come on. And now persons that are in the street protesting, remember the new laws? They got a lot of new laws on the book about protesting. They had a lot of changes to the laws about protesting with a mass, gathering, illegal gatherings and all of them things. If you check the channel or you go back, you're going to see the AG made certain adjustments to these laws before election, right? But let me see what's going on the street so we could understand the vibe in Guyana right now. We know that persons are headed to a recount, allegedly or hopefully, and we see originally when we jump into the video, this is what was going on. Kwame was on the ground and other officials were there, and they were having a big back and forth about what's going on with the recount. Now we're highlighting and we're dealing with the situation that's going on in the street. There's a big protest going on right now, and this is what's taking place.
That will make a history in Guyana.
The history of Guyana is about to be written today. If Ali swearing, Mohammed Azzuddin has to be swearing today. We're gonna get two presidents, and we're gonna talk like Venezuela, Guaido and Maduro.
But I don't see that can happen either.
So it's gonna happen.
Tell me how it's gonna happen.
You're gonna see. I can't tell you how it's gonna happen.
Audrey saying Ali swore in today and Azzuddin will be sworn in as VP. That should have been his answer. I'm telling you, hey, this situation is getting very, very sticky, because I could tell you When you see the protesting start like this, it's a snowball effect. A snowball effect. And then we hearing persons about to call protesting 10 o'clock tomorrow again in front of Gecom, right? And guess what? The VP is not letting up. We got some conversation coming from the VP from his press conference as it relates to everything that's connected with the elections and stuff like that. We're going to hear what the VP got to say about it. Plus, we can get a chance to see that video with Travis Chase serving CRITIC at the press conference. Hey, Travis just do some legendary thing, but he just make some history. We definitely got to make sure we play that video just now too. So hey, like thumbs up the live and thumbs up the live. If you're in thumbs up the live already, ladies and gentlemen, please take a couple of seconds. Take a couple of seconds and thumbs up the live and subscribe, because I noticed that almost 60% of persons that watch the videos sometimes just forget to subscribe, because it's not a normal thing that every time you watch a video, you can check and see if you're subscribed to the channel. But check and see if you're subscribed to Delta 9 Media, because almost 60% of you guys that is a part of our past might not have the opportunity to be a part of this very progressive future that Delta 9 Media have. So make sure you subscribe, join Team Delta, and be a part of everything that's trending in Guyana and trending in the diaspora. I want to thank every single person in the live for being a part of this live right now. Almost 1,400 people, almost 1,500 people. Take a couple of seconds, ladies and gentlemen. Thumbs up the live and boost it in the algorithm so that everybody will be able to see the protesting in Guyana. Jamaica done talking about their results. We had re-election 2 days before, and we still there.
Where are you going to find the judge to swear in your I'll be there covering everything. We overseas, okay.
When the ex-judge line, the vote.
And so what happened to me by Norton now? What happened to me?
Wow. Somebody said Guyana already get 2 presidents. I telling you. Who's saying this? Janice is saying Guyana already have 2 presidents, Ali and BJ. Yeah. Well, technicality, BJ used to be the president before, but it's a sad situation. I get what you mean, though. I definitely get what you mean. I definitely get what you mean. Let me read some of these comments from the insightful comment section. God bless the A.P.N.U. I telling you. Team Green. If everyone had came together and made themselves able to be a part of one coalition, they wouldn't have no problem. It would have been an easy win for the coalition. No back and forth, because guess what? It would have been conclusive that this set of people here won the elections, because you could clearly see that if there was unity with the smaller parties and a large party that was running the opposition at that time, the larger opposition party, things would have went a little different, definitely. But look what's going on the ground.
By Norton. Tell you something, the whole of Guyana is on that chair. Yeah. If we only send the word out, and the police do anything stupid, you all are.
Real thing, Melinda, this is really getting out of hand. Thanks for tuning in. This thing is getting out of hand. That's what Melinda is saying right there. Thanks for tuning in. We big, I telling you, we big, yeah, land mass, but still, it's not more than 1 million people, so they shouldn't be taking that long, man. Definitely, I've seen the Purple Hearts that's standing in solidarity with justice for Adriana. Definitely. Pick up yourself, Purple Army. Y'all in the house and making yourself known. So if you're watching in the future as well, drop your Purple Hearts in the comment section. Stand in solidarity. Let them know that persons are still out here saying justice is a must. Right? Humi is saying, oh, he's responding to somebody. BJ is the real president. Ali is the puppet. I telling you, it's a sad situation. A sad situation, I telling you. Guyana, boy. The problem lies with Guyanese people. This is what Audrey is saying. The problem lies with Guyanese people. After 5 years of punishment, they should have been prepared for September 1st. Hence, going to the polls, right? But what if, right? What if that was a part of the rigging? What if, because we saw the large turnout at some of these rallies that was held, what if that was part of the rigging to where the rigging went down, but it was so many persons that were voting that they couldn't have had a chance to deal with all of those votes. So they just tabulated the ones that they were able to deal with. What if that was a part of the rigging to represent as if fewer persons that would have voted actually voted? That might be part of the rigging too. So we don't really know, because if they call it for a recount, there got to be a lot of discrepancies going on. There got to be.
Hey, I know, as you see, the wind people all over this country is waiting for war. Y'all try y'all stupid. Nobody will come out here for play, you know, brother.
Greetings, Avril. Alice, thanks for being a part of the live. Alice, thanks for being a part of the live. Avril, right? Who else is in the live right now? Junie, Roderick, right? Big up yourself. Thanks for being part of the live. Flash, big comment earlier, Flash. Insightful commentary. Leon, greetings, bro. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for being a part of the live. This is what's going on in the streets in GP, Leon. Look what's going on here, buddy.
The media could be anywhere.
Here's what's going on in the country.
Media could be anywhere. They can move us.
See? He done call us in a serious demon. Oh, we's media. We could anyway. They can't move us. You are there to really serve these people and help to broadcast their information, help to bring some type of peace to the roads, but if we don't want no type of unrest, don't incite no foolishness. Why we got for... Y'all realize that why we doing this, we wasting time? We wealthy. Well, man, listen, man. We are a very wealthy nation. I know it sounds like if I speak in things that is already known. Why we got time? How we finding time for this? We supposed to come as a collective, put aside we differences and say, hey, who qualify for XYZ? Who's the best person from every party that can do this, that can help to do this, that can serve the country in this way? And we bring that collective together. Forget race, forget creed, forget gender, forget all these foolish things that is holding we back. We are one of the most wealthiest places in the world. Oh, jeez. This is opportunities that we are just letting slip by, and persons are using this opportunity to divide and rule. And they're pushing greed to those who are willing to deal in greedy manner with the people them who living right next to them. Look, it's always this back and forth. We got to come to some type of situation where we realize it ain't making sense. It is not making no sense. Look what's going on here.
All right.
This winner-take-all situation, something got to rectify it. This winner-take-all every 5 years. This one gonna do I gonna do back what you do to me the last 5 years, and I gonna make sure that I do this for me people them and them. I thought it was a government for the whole of Guyana. I thought it's a government for the whole country. Me knows for you people and them thing. When we gonna done this? When are we gonna done this? Bagwandin, big up yourself, King. The Bagwandins, thanks for tuning in. As one, by using the Adriana situation, A.P.N.U, you serve the country well as opposition. Much respect to my brothers and sisters in the PNC party. Big up yourself, Bagwandins. Thanks for tuning in. You hear that? You heard it right there. That's what the brother had to say about what's taking place right now. Greetings. You're on to Delta 9 Media Live.
Bro, if you had a coalition, right? It doesn't matter what. P.P.P will still declare victory. That's the only alternative. They don't have other alternatives. So no matter if all 5 parties come together,
Yeah.
P.P.P would still have to declare victory. You get the message?
Then that's when the people got people got to come together and do something about the level of oppression they're in.
It's all the party got to come together. The whole Guyana has to come out. Right?
Yeah.
But they know what they're into, right?
Yeah.
You don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, 10 o'clock. Where you see the banner in front line there? The banner in front line?
Yeah.
You see what the banner mentality there? His reaction to questions? It's some serious voices have to put out here.
It's just it's so sad that persons got to come to that level of sacrifice just to live a life in the own country where they're from, eh?
It's the only alternative. That's where Exxon has JAGDEO and A.F.C. It's not A.F.C. and JAGDEO doing this stuff. It's Exxon Mobil. The drivers, the slave drivers, the dictators. They got them down there. They can't do nothing, bro. Nothing is in JAGDEO and A.F.C. hands. That's why you got to come out. That's why I'm mad 4 years ago when GNANDLALL is educating us. Nobody listened to GNANDLALL. Because you know what? GNANDLALL has some bad records, yes. But what GNANDLALL was pushing, no freaking body listening to the man.
Yeah.
That would make me sad in this whole deal.
I telling you.
Because I was told I had discussion from the very beginning, right? These people were put there to last. They're the stone wall, but you gotta move it. There's some where there's a will, there must be a way.
There's always a way. I mean? There's always a way when there's a way to get it done.
Where there's a will, there must not if and but.
No, there is no
be a way because there's a will.
Yeah.
And it follows.
Cause and effect.
Anyway, don't let me keep you back too long. I know a lot of people gonna want to talk to it.
Yeah, man. Big up yourself. Thanks for calling in.
Yeah, respect. Yeah.
You see what Ronald is saying? They set it up. They set it up. If all other parties came together with the numbers, they will not be the government. That is how they put it, Delta 9. I'm telling you. Thanks for the insightful comment, Ronald. You see what Ronald is saying? It's a setup, and it's the same thing Uncle Carlin has said. No matter what you do, they're gonna set it like that and push this type of frustration on the people, this level of oppression on the people. And guess what? Persons in the street are saying they had enough of this, buddy. Persons are saying they had enough of this, and I wonder why. I wonder why it took the situation that is going down right now with the elections for persons to realize that something is fishy about going on. We should have been realized that something was going on. We should have been realized that something is going on with this. Biometrics, the voters list problem, and a number of other situations before. The commissioners them telling we everything we should analyze it.
Continue in Gecom. JAGDEO making pronouncement before Gecom. JAGDEO making pronouncement before Gecom. Why? You already know the count. You already know your record. This time is not for play. We didn't come up there to play.
All right, so you hear the members of the Wind Party.
You're bordering on sacrificing children. I still want to be in power, selling out this country to foreigners. Selling out this country to foreigners. And you still want to be in power? Yo, this is it. This is showdown time. As a thing can't rest,
Greetings, you're on Delta 9 Media Live.
Yeah. Listen, I want to say something. How is it everybody blaming the people in voting and the election rig?
This is the thing I was pointing out. How do you know that the people them did?
The election rig.
Yeah.
And they're saying the people in vote this time, they voted. What kind of thing is this? What kind of thing is that? Wait, let me tell.
Yeah.
It's rigged.
Yeah.
That's what I gotta focus on.
Yeah. Because you can't know if the people them vote if it's rigged, and people is clearly saying how come they win Region 4. So if you claim that you win Region 4, that's the biggest blunder because it never happened before. And something
right.
got
When you rig
compensated.
it,
Yeah.
and they get help in rigging
Mm-hmm.
from company or back of them, but they know what to do.
Yeah.
And don't blame the people saying that they vote. Let the people come around like most of that yellow picket and picket against them. We want to recount.
Yeah. And the actual statements opposed to no bring wrong, corruption and them things. Yeah.
Let us do the correction.
I know something was up. I know something was up. 2 in the morning. 2 in the morning, Doggie was driving behind one of them buses that had no police escort and had ballot boxes in it. I said, wow, if this is going on, there's more going on. Because that can't be the only thing.
They need to farm up and overthrow these people in government.
Well, I hoping that they don't have to reach that coup, because then a lot of persons are going to face all type of implications in the law. You know?
Well, this is another thing. But they need to do something.
Something definitely got to be done. The first step that I think that should be done is a recount. Because we heard from the commissioners them that look, Gecom might not be ready for free and fair elections. We heard it right from the commissioner on the same live presentation here. So the fact that we're able to see it actually playing out. I said it before the elections, you know, and watch what's going on after the elections.
You know, that's right. Mm-hmm. That's right. They know what it is. Yeah. That's not, no. Something anyhow,
definitely got to be done. And thank you for calling, and you have a great rest of the day. Mm-hmm.
Bye-bye.
Greetings. You're on to Delta 9 Media Live.
Yes, one thing I want to say, it's not too long, because other people got to cover the book. If Bharat should go, if P.P.P win, and then know them win, okay, the opposition say, okay, like go to a recount, because 2020, then get a recount. Yeah. Okay, people, we are going to a recount for start to buy out the 2 P.P.P win.
Yeah.
Like go for the recount. Why we don't want to go for the recount? Mohammed after we can it, then I want to go recount with Mohammed. Okay, but if we are go for the recount, I'm sure you that will win this election. Like nothing, them come down road, them not exist anymore because that was Bharat no one to because imagine Bharat gave the recount before the thing about with James Pan and all of it declared and win.
Yeah, person was celebrating a while ago, yeah.
And here, with this one go on, if the people meet force now, what I say, me glad let the people come out in big numbers, and do what they got to do. That's what they do, what people got to do. Then to come out in big numbers, let them Borby all over the place to come out, all over the place to come out. Come out in numbers. If riot got to come, let riot come. Let the police come and let Venezuela come back outside for Guyana.
But that's the thing. That's the thing, Uncle. That's the problem that we don't want in the country. Because that's why I feel. But no, I understand what you're saying, right, Uncle. But watch. We analyze it from a real place, right? We think about it. Good. Me say we identify. Yeah, listen. But the thing is this. Who's the ones that's gonna punish? Who's the ones that's gonna pay? Remember, the US is already waiting for something like this happening, you know.
Yeah, the people got stuff like here. But
right.
He got come back good, but he never be land because you got themselves go run out. Themselves, you see from your program there, somebody me tell you ever since that Bharat get a Russian passport. He come from your thing they show.
Yeah.
Next time I go that Bharat get Russian passport.
Yeah.
Me tell you from your program land here, me there with them for 50 something years, me know them professionally. 50 something years, me there with them buddy.
Uncle saying the only way out is everybody gotta come out.
everybody got to come out. You can't sit down.
Thanks for calling in,
sit
Uncle.
down.
And sharing that insight with the family.
And 4 body go come out like when we come there.
Yeah.
And 4 5 body protest.
Exactly.
They will come out with numbers. We get some numbers. Because when I say people not going to vote, imagine 4 regions, 253,000 people not vote in 4 regions. Region 3, region 4, region 6, and another region. And how they get the population of 831,000 for 2024. 831,000 people and some hundred.
Wow.
And the list gets 757,000 some hundred. How did that nearly all the population live?
Yeah, they making no sense. But guess what, Uncle? Let me answer this article. Thanks for calling in.
Okay, man.
Greetings. You're on to Delta 9 Media Live.
The whole thing with the and this whole thing, right? You know what happened with them? They don't want to be in a minority government. So they're trying to pop up everything.
Yeah.
So they could be in the majority government because you know if they're in a minority government, they got answer to the rest of the party before anything passed. So that's what they're trying to read all the time.
Yeah.
I ain't saying that they ain't win, but they don't want to be a minority government.
Nobody wants to be the minority government. They want to have that control. So when they say, aye, that's it. Everything passed in parliament. Yeah.
Exactly. That's what happening with them.
Yeah. Because we see how one-sided certain things was going for the last couple of years when we were following the stuff in parliament, you know. Everything was just passed because they have the majority.
They want majority rule. That's what they like. They don't want to answer to the rest of them. They don't want to answer to the nation. That's what.
Yeah. Yep. Sad reality, bro. A sad reality going on now in the country. I'm telling you. I was hoping that these elections would have just went and, you know, persons would have went out, they vote, the votes are counted, and everything would have went along the manner that it would go. Even though persons were coming out and saying certain things I was saying, but look, persons are still going along. So it means that there might be a hope that certain things would turn out, you know, for the best. But look at what's going on right here. Jamaica done dealing with their results, buddy. We still got problems looking for recount this, that, and the third. And Dion was still the first. Dion was on the third.
I like to thank the people between yourself on the right and stuff. So we don't want to.
No, you don't want, buddy. I lived through riot. I could talk in anything and telling people about riot. I would always tell persons, listen, if you could prevent them things, prevent it, because you know who's end up paying the most for it? The regular people in the street, buddy. And the country as well. The places that's damaged and them things that got to fix back and all them things. When is the persons that is in authority, the ones them that you got to remove from these positions of power? That's the key. To bring peace and stability in the nation, you got to remove the greedy people that is oppressing people. Who gonna live in oppression? And then people got the audacity to calling people proud house slaves. Who taking the body? Who taking the? In 2025. You know what I'm saying, brethren? Yeah. Definitely. Definitely, that's the key. Big up yourself, King. Thanks for calling in, right? Yeah, I see people are calling in. People are sharing their views about these things that's going on right now in the country, buddy. Greetings. You're on to Delta 9 Media.
Hello.
Yeah.
I'm on to Delta Live.
Yeah, you're on to it. You got mute the background. I'm hearing everything feeding back.
Good. Oh, you're talking now.
Yeah, man.
So listen, man, right?
Yeah.
I hear you talking and I hear you're advising people to say, right, we don't want this thing to turn up and get lawless.
No.
But you know something, right? All throughout history, right?
Mm-hmm.
For there to be a change, there's always got to be something that takes place that will shock. That will shock those that don't want that want it easy. Hey, listen to me, right? We see it with Malcolm X, we see it with Martin Luther King, see it all over the world. You see it. That people try to do things peacefully. And the more peaceful they try to do things, they were taken advantage of. And I think it's time right now, right, that the people should come together in Guyana, right, and go up against this slave master system.
Yeah.
You understand? We can't continue like this. We need a change.
Yeah.
And you can't continue rigging and keeping people, and especially one set of people, right, as oppressors all the time.
I tell you.
Black people in Guyana, right, start to say this, right? I don't know, but for years, right, I know that when things happen in Guyana, right, we just fight for a day or 2 days, and then we go back in the shell and accept things with this. We got to stop that nonsense. We got to keep doing things until we get it done. We got to keep fighting against this system until we get a change. We know that there's going to be a level of pain.
Yeah.
It's going to pass, but it's a sacrifice for change, and we got to accept that. That if there's going to be change, it has to be sacrifices. You understand? We stop thinking about the car, we got to the house, we got to start thinking about generations to come. You understand?
Yeah.
And stop giving away we rights and we constitutional rights and we birth rights. You understand? Because of a little crumbs that these people handing down to me, we gotta stop. So that's all I have to say. Thank you very much.
Big up yourself, King. Thanks for calling in. Greetings. You're on to Delta 9 Media Line.
Hey, good evening. Good evening.
Good evening.
Let me say first off, I like you, I'm not inciting any violence or any civil unrest in the nation.
Yeah.
But we gotta understand something. These people are playing on one card, is that no matter what they do, they rig. We can just settle down after 2 or 3 weeks and go back to life as normal. And we need to understand that all political parties play on that.
Yeah.
All the political parties in this country play on that. They know that 70, 150 persons won't come out in the street. If we don't like it, they can drive fear by locking up and shooting who they need to shoot in these things. And
NEWSROOM done announced the new adjustments to the protesting laws and stuff like that in the country after we went down with the Adriana situation. Remember when all them things were changed and persons get all kind of charges? Yeah.
Yep. So they are using one of the oldest strategies. Fear tactics. Fear tactics.
And persons got to use love. Persons got to use unity. And that is the thing that's going to challenge it and conquer it, because fear can't conquer love. Love is the strongest.
That's right. That's right. That's the two tactics that everybody tries to use. But as you said, and Guyanese have to, we gotta open our eyes to realize that no, I don't divide myself. I am not the person that is dividing the nation. The nation, the people in the nation is not the people that divide. The politicians are, the certain politicians are, and we need to open our eyes to realize that, you know something, at the end of the day, these guys sleeping good at night because they're in control.
Yeah.
They're giving away every single thing. And this is not, people need to understand, this is not a black thing, this is not an Indian thing, it's not an Amerindian thing.
It's bigger than that.
They are people, it's bigger than that. And we are the persons, we as a nation, we're the persons that are going to suffer, right, in the future, in the long run. Our children will have to face the reality of what is going on. Our children will have to face the reality. If we don't stand up and do something, I'm not saying go out and destroy people, buildings and all these things, but we have to stand up in solidarity for one another and for the nation, realizing that this is a pivotal point in Guyana's history.
Very pivotal.
I keep listening to you, keep saying, hey, just imagine this is a nation that is deemed as the richest nation per capita in the world.
But we ain't seeing the setup, and we ain't seeing the setup.
Yeah. We're still under poverty. We're still, there's a 1%. There's a 1% in this country that is enjoying everything in this country.
Yeah.
As I tell people, no more. There's no second-class persons in this nation anymore.
It's just
it's
rich and extremely poor.
right?
Yeah.
So we have to do something about it. Stop this Indian and black and Indian and P.P.P. and these things. They need to be out. They need to be out. Look, I'm gonna tell you this here. The Region 4 was majority of the persons from Region 4 was disenfranchised.
Ah,
right?
boy, and that's the real biggest part of the population, right?
Correct. Listen to me. I went out to vote. When I checked the link, I was to vote at the North Georgetown sub-region or sub-office, something like that. I went checking 2 polling stations and I didn't find my name. These people can't find my name. Straight, I got frustrated because it's like, you know something, I already see that these people, they're trying to, you know, frustrate and stop you from voting. They're not going to come and tell you don't vote, but they created systems and situations in which you can't do it.
I'm telling you.
Right.
A set of frustration. So you think you're going out and you're going to participate, but when you reach, your name in on the list. When you reach, your name don't match this, don't that, that, don't that. I see a person couldn't even get to vote because guess what? And this thing hurt me because I had family members, right, that were differently able. This person couldn't vote because nobody was there to take them up the stairs, buddy.
Look at that.
In a wealthy country, you mean that there's the level that we are, that we don't have elevators or elevator systems that is in place at every polling station, where if you have differently able people or elderly people, they can just sit there and be taken up to the up the stairs and down so that they can have an easier transition in the whole process. It's just sad when you think about it, buddy. The best people in the nation getting fired down because of friends and this different underhanded movement, and how they can move the country forward. They can just create brain drain, because people can just say, hey, I had enough of this, and I gotta find somewhere else to do it, but we can't do that. We can't do that. Remember, I'm telling y'all, my brothers and my sisters, don't do it. Don't let it set y'all up. Trust what I'm telling you. Don't take setup. The grass is never greener. You're in the wealthiest nation in the world. They got to get it right. They got to get it right, and no other part of the world is not going to give you the kind of benefits like your own nation. I'm telling you, none of these so-called force work countries not going to do it for you right now. All right. Remember I tell you all though.
That's so true.
Remember I tell you all though. The US is not a bed of roses. England is definitely not a bed of roses. The UK is saying to send people home, and then they're going to investigate if they're going to come back. From when you're there home, they're going to run your case. You go home and then a person tell you go home and run your case over the phone and the internet, and then you don't figure out. Yeah.
That's true.
Right? Big push from come wrong, buddy. Couple morning before that, visa free travel for you. So go to the UK. Now, deal with your case from home, and we can decide if you're going to come back. Why? Because our country and the infrastructural development from all of this wealth is not putting real people in place and really developing the place the way you could live a real life after the money and the infrastructure that's in the country. Persons want to experience all these things. You know? Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So all I hope for our nation is that we stand together. We stand
That's
together.
the key, bro. That's the key.
Right. That's is my hope. We stand together. Look at the future of our children.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the future of our young people.
Yeah.
Just now, a year from now, they got a lot of young people coming out to school. They will be pursuing different careers and other things. What do you have in store for them as a government? You got to and do whatever, you know, do whatever they want you to do just to get something from them. Come on, this is not it. This is not it.
That's not it. That's not. And that's why persons is in the street. That's why persons is out in the street and willing to be out in the street protesting because they're seeing like, yo, 5 more years of this oppression, I can't deal with 5 more years of this. I gotta make a change and do something about it. No. You understand? They're calling for a recount. They're trying everything to see if they could start out what's going on. But on the ground, what is really going to be the situation? I just hope that our brothers and sisters, there's almost 2,000 persons listening to me right now. Thumbs up this live so that persons all over Guyana and the diaspora could get the message that people, right thinking Guyanese is here, trying to set unity and trying to look. One second.
Yeah, man, let me give somebody else
Ah,
a chance
good.
starting.
Pick up yourself, Carla. Thanks for calling in. Greetings, Carla. You're on to Delta 9 Media Live.
Hi, good evening. How are you?
I'm doing great. And yourself?
I'm okay. I'm still kind thinking about the situation,
Yeah.
the election. The leaders don't understand that people protect nice. So we use the word nice. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
They don't need to protect someone. They know what's the solution. Show me your country. Send a message to JAGDEO and Addy. This back in control.
Mm.
It's really people in control.
Mm-hmm.
Adam, we must show with Adam business. Them business, them stories of everybody. Instead of the competition, nobody is doing at home. Because it's the business. People encouraging JAGDEO and they're pouring the money to the side. One to the poor people.
All right. All right. And you see, the thing is this. The persons that own the establishments as well, if the persons can't afford to support your establishment, then you're going to lose as well too. And it's the level of oppression that's going on in the country right now. And if there's unrest in the country because of the oppression, you're not going to make no money either. We see it happen enough time before. So they should be supporting the same people that support them and their businesses and say, listen, yeah, I can't do this to these people. You see what I'm saying?
That's the key right there. That's the key.
Yeah.
They got to play mad. JAGDEO, they're mad. They got to play more mad.
I'm telling you.
Forget the protection. They want peaceful day for the people. But you can A.F.C. Go shut down your whole, only one place you can shut down. The whole chat. So, shut that down. Some to marry people.
Well,
nobody can come in.
It's Region 4. Well, it's Region 4 and it's Region 10 is what's calling for the recount. And if you think about it, the airport is very close to Region 10. And Georgetown is definitely the place with the largest population. So there would be a serious problem in the country. And that's the thing. Because with all of this wealth, right? Just to point out something. When you get real money, you got real wealth. Do you think this is where we should be as a people?
No. I want to say something. Since when Region 4 is vote for the P.P.P. I ban project big come to America. We never know Region 4 vote for the P.P.P.
You know what's going on?
That's where they come in. They think they got brains, but they got brains of shit.
Well, this is the thing. They were prepping the minds of persons for this situation. It's all the time. Remember, people don't say Guyana got set of stupid people, you know. People come out from the persons in authority and say they got a lot of stupid people in the country. They call certain persons fertile ground as well. Fertile ground for them to manipulate for opportunities and all of these kind of things. So they feel that they're dealing with people who got no sense, but they know persons got better sense than them. And we know exactly what's going on because how you come and you win in Region 4, right? But there's no...
Outright?
Yeah.
Outright?
Landslide, like you were predicting all along, when that never ever happened before.
Never in history. Johnson was 23 people. Never. Alright, then we put side of it, right?
Yeah.
What should they do to the people on this Chihuahua? You think that's gonna vote them in?
It's not.
Look who they do the people back home.
You think that you're playing? Look what the 20 people are not done before. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So many. So, yeah. And then look at the size of the support that other parties was getting in the very region 4. So that as well is gonna tell you.
I have people working on the election thing. It's the only way was between A.P.N.U and the way P.P.P didn't stand a chance in North and South. So how come the win North and South?
Wait. How do you win North and South? Yeah. Yeah. What thinking about the areas them that they would have to win? You understand? Places like North from Bell, places like different areas like Vice Tongue and them thing and Albert Tongue and them thing. How do you win them?
I can tell you what the power in North, South.
Hey, I could tell you they can't win North. Because right now they gotta be back in the state. And we don't know, yeah. I listening,
East from Bell.
Yeah.
West from Bell. Them is Ghetto, them is P.P.P people.
I'm telling you.
So there's somebody that will come there too. Cut out the nonsense with that. Thinking that they most smart in that way. Put some sense. Even if you have some people that education, they got 5 cents to graduate. Okay? That's have the prices. And if you know use it, we use it first. So that people go back to the drive mode.
They gotta do a recount. This is what you're saying, basically, right? The recount.
I'm done in.
Recount.
And after 5 of 5, let them fight. It's Garden in next stage right now. Garden, this is not our time. They see that people are going to front. They're going to front. So that's very people are fed up. The people is going to front and the younger folks.
Yeah.
I gotta open the eyes.
Yeah.
God bless, brother.
Thanks for calling, right? You have a great rest of the evening. See? Persons are saying they had enough. Y'all hear what's going on the ground. Y'all hear what's going on the ground. We had a chance to see the protesters. We heard from the commissioner that this situation was a possibility. We heard from the commissioners that these positions would be these situations would be a possibility, right? And look, people out in the street protesting the results, protesting the information coming out of Gecom, right? They're saying, look, there's a recount that is needed for Region 4 because there is no way that all of a sudden you could just have this amount of success in a region that you never would have won before. Let me just recount for confirm it, man. The people are owe that because remember in the 2020 elections, there was a recount and things were proven, allegedly. Well, now, why they can't be the same thing? It seems like if somebody is doing their best to keep the country divided and keep the country in a situation where it's ruled by persons that would allow them to do what they want. Let me listen to what the VP has to say about what's going on with the elections right now. I'm going to jump off the screen so you could see clearly and hear everything that he has to say right now.
Had the highest number of votes in these areas. We had 13,070 votes, and they had 16,162 votes in North Georgia. So we emerged as a major player in North Georgia. In fact, the biggest political party, bigger than WIN and bigger than A.P.N.U in North Georgetown. So what North was saying, making it seem as though the Region 4 votes were...
PA, wait there, buddy. PA, you see the dry throat there, PA? PA, use the person who point out the last time that somebody was lying and the throat was dry. Right? It was UPA or somebody else that was in the comment section was like, hey, how his throat suddenly so dry when he telling the lie right there. That got to be the reason why he's choking and stuff like that. You hear how his throat was dry? When he was pointing out the fact that they win A.P.N.U and they would have defeated the win in an area that we know. I used to live in them area. I could tell you. is very, very highly unlikely. With the temperature, with everything that's going on in the country, that there is a possibility. Right, telling you? Everything would have to change politically in that area, and nothing much has changed to that limit to where that could be a possibility. But let's hear what the VP got to say, because you hear what people are saying on the road, and we know that persons are willing to go out and protest these results.
Implausible. He never seen this before. It's utter nonsense. Also in Region 10, we move from...
But you got to show me where it happened before. You got to show us where you had this amount of success in Region 4 in the past. You can't just dispute it and just say it's utter nonsense and we going to take your word for it. Show me the past situations where the P.P.P would have defeated the A.P.N.U, the PNC, if you want to call A.P.N.U, you want to call it the PNC at any time in Region 4 with those kind of marginal number, with that type of margin, with that amount of votes. We really want to understand.
From complete domination of the region to having lost the region, something we have never seen in this country. Well...
But if it's utter nonsense, they're saying that it never happened and it couldn't possibly be so. He's saying it's utter nonsense and then confirming that they might have a point, because it's never been the case that the P.P.P would have won Region 4. But let's hear what's going on right there.
We've seen this before in this country. So the P.P.P moved up in Region 10 from about 13% of the votes in the last elections to just under 20%, about 20% of the votes in these elections in Region 10. And then WIN took their support. WIN took their support. So he said, we're going to challenge these results. So they've requested a recount in Region 4, parts of Region 4, that's ongoing now, and parts of Region 5. They've requested recounts. But that's, as we've seen already, that the numbers are not changing in the recount. That because the process was so diligent.
The leader of the opposition, the Honorable Mr. Aubrey Norton, also pointed out that they were seeking a recount in region number 10 as well. Region number 10, the same other region that they were claiming they had this big victory and growth and inroads and all of these stuff. Pick up yourself, Natasha. Thanks for tuning in and being a part of the live. Can someone explain, since when Guyana has a vice president? Ali, my life, I never know Guyana only have president and prime minister. I'm telling you, when you need a position in power and you are the president before, you somehow can probably maneuver yourself into these situations, Natasha. And this is what we're seeing right here. PA, thanks for tuning in and dropping some insight comments in the comment section. Let me read what PA got to say right here. Because I'm telling you, we were... Who me? Good afternoon, bro. Oh, shouting out somebody. All right, good. Mohammed Robin Hood wants a recount because delusion is apparently his superpower. I telling you. Dennis P. All of them people is delusional, but hey, all of these people is delusional. So we delusional because we see something happen in front of our eyes that we never see happen before, and there's no plausible reason why this thing could have taken place. What's the proof to show that things would have changed in that significant of a manner for persons to just upturn the way that they politically would represent themselves in that short space of time, buddy? Listen, man, there's more to the, and why they just can't say, all right, good, let's have a recount, since they already are confident in the results that would have came out.
Or that you're not going to have major changes, maybe a couple of votes here or there. One was rejected, one was close to the cup and what didn't get counted but should be counted because the voters' intention is clear. That would change. But you're not going to see maybe a swing of more than maybe a few votes in the recount. That's not going to change the results, but it's the delay, the inevitable. And for him to come to the realization that the A.P.N.U had a failed political strategy. On the other hand, Azruddin Mohammed, so everything was propitious for him. They said this was a 3 months long political party. This was not 3 months. This was several years of working. This was the same man who did an interview with the enabling newspaper Stabroek News and said, people used to call me president from 2020. That I was born to be president of Guyana. Who had been going around?
You see what Fire Dread is saying? Big up yourself, King. You see what Fire Dread is saying? Do anyone know which region had the most Venezuelans? People, I hope it is not region 4. I'm telling you. It's definitely one of the regions that persons is asking for the recounting. I could tell you that. Because they're asking for recounting 1, 10, 4, and I think another part of the country as well, in accordance with what was presented by the opposition and the Win party, and other people in opposition as well. So given that this information is there, and it can be easily just retrieved and presented in a manner that persons could see, good, this is what we count and see first. Boom. This is the statement. So Paul and all the other parts are there. Now, if these things were kept secure and in a way that persons can represent them to showcase that that's actually the votes that was taken to provide the win for the P.P.P, why they can't recount it to verify the win if that's the case? So you mean the win is not verifiable? The win, that the success that they have is not verifiable by a recount, and we should take that? Greetings, you're on to Delta 9 Media Line.
Hi, good evening, my brother. How are you?
I'm doing great. And yourself?
Oh, I'm good, my dear. Listen, this is what I will say. All the Guyanese people have to do is come together in unity and strength. Understand what they're doing, and then to do what you understand that they're doing.
Yes.
The best way to get the government's attention, you have to shut the entire country down. You cripple the economy. That means you call on the police and the GDF to do that, along with the people in the nation, from coast to coast, towns, cities, everywhere. Then is when you will have the government's attention. They have to come out in full force.
Yeah.
It will work. Another option is that all the parties must come together, and then they can go before the American ambassador and present the evidence that they have of the election stolen and rigged. And then you say to the ambassador, I heard you saying that the election is fair and just. Where did you see that? That has never occurred in the first place. We all see here.
I mean, the commissioners was telling you. The commissioners them was telling me watch out.
Because that's what we know that they are about.
Yeah.
They're only there to come in and get the riches of the country, but they do not care about the citizens there. Now they are our people. That's our country, and we're going to fight for our country just as how you are fighting for your country of the United States. And throwing out the immigrants. You don't want the immigrants in your country. I understand some of the immigrants here are very violent and corrupt, but you get rid of the corrupt ones. Okay?
Yeah.
And you want to protect your country and see the good of your country. The same thing we want to see be done in our country also. But when they take those evidence to the ambassador, then they need to say this is the case. We're demanding you, we're asking you. That's the opposition party. And the people of the nation have to call for this. We're asking for our removal of the entire government. They can do that. The opposition party has the power to call and say, if they don't want all of them to go, they can ask for at least specifically JAGDEO, Muhammad Ali, and NEWSROOM, Ashley and identify the criminals of the government, the present government that they have here. We will not approve any election, right? We will not give in to that until these people are being stripped, removed, and be prosecuted and be brought to justice. They must be removed from the country. I would call for that specifically, especially JAGDEO, because he's a divider. This man is not a unifier. All this man can use his card and divide. He's a dictator. This is a communist dictator you have. And the only way you stand to a bully is that you have to take the war. When I say war, I don't mean physically war. But I mean all the strategies it's called that you get to use.
Yes.
Like I said, cripple the economy. They have to do that. Everybody has to decide to walk out of the workforce. Shut everything down. See what will happen, because the economy will crumble. And they cannot afford to survive without that, because you need manpower. You don't have that, especially in the army and the police force. That's where you start first. You don't have no security. For sure, the country would be unprotected, even though we know things can be done to make that certain things happen. I'm not going to mention that, but you know what I'm talking about. But all they have to do is get the army and the police force to walk out. They will be afraid, is number one, because what can happen is what you don't want. They will be terrified for their lives in that country. But the opposition and the people need to shout it out loud and clear and send a strong message to say we demand that this man be stripped and be removed from office.
Definitely, a unified opposition is the key.
They're a criminal. What more proof they want? The citizens are struggling, drought, killing people. People are being raped. Our citizens are there starving. You're depriving the nation. Depriving your own nation. That tells you what a cold blooded monstrous animal is. But nothing will work unless the people demand this. You can go in front of the United States Embassy and demonstrate there. And they can go to the British Embassy also. They can go there too. Forget about Gecom. Gecom is corrupt. But they must ask the Gecom for them to be stripped and remove itself, because it's corrupt. And I don't know. Also, the opposition party should be asked for the Carter
Carter Center.
The Carter Center. Pardon?
The Carter Center.
Yes, they should ask for the Carter Center to be banned. Because from what that guy was talking there, speaking a lot of trash, you're going to be going in there every 5 years and talking about fix. And you see nothing is being done. You're doing the same damn thing over and over.
The votes should never take this long to count and all of that stuff.
My brother. It will never be done. The only thing to make this thing to be done, and they should be banned. The opposition party needs to demand to the Carter Center to say, look, let me say this to you. You people are not here for the gifts of our guidance. But then if you get some kind of kickback from the government, all of these international people, these foreigners are going in from Europe. Europe is already in a mess. It's in a crumble. So they don't care who the hell countries fall. And they're there to suck the blood out of us. Number one, you don't even know Guyana is really, even Guyana belongs to us anymore. Because I see you have a flag waving in my eyes saying the German flag.
Wow.
I'm not seeing my patriotic flag there, my Guyanese flag there. I'm seeing the German flag there. So who the hell am I? Who really control my country? Is it the German Nazis or Guyanese? I don't see that. What I see JAGDEO and his government is an affiliation of the Nazi government of Germany.
There's definitely some stuff. There's definitely some stuff that we definitely got to make sure that we stay abreast with, and we pay attention to the things that's going on in the nation. I'm about to continue to play some of this information that persons should be updated with. Thank you a lot for calling in, Carla. You have a great rest of the evening.
Okay, happy to have a blessed day. Much love. Bye-bye.
All right, thank you. Right? You see what the call, you heard what the caller is saying right there? The call is pointing out some very pivotal situations that we should pay attention to. Is a unity amongst us. A unity amongst us. That's the key, buddy. That's the key. They can't oppress all of us if all of us stand up to the oppressors. Greetings. You're on to Delta 9 Media Live.
Hello?
Greetings. You're on to Delta 9 Media Live.
Oh, I called before you calling back. I listened to you play the bad head man. He must have nothing.
I tell you.
You seen that?
Yeah. And he making all these claims. You got mute in the background.
Yeah. He must have nothing, man. One time, he said it's the A.P.N.U fault. And another time he said it's the wind fault.
Yeah.
Which one they really default the whole situation, man?
And another time is poor voter turnout too. Right? A lot of corruption was because I believe, because so many people can be wrong and they're right. So many people can be wrong and they're right. So many persons are contesting the findings from Region 4. That if you got the findings and you could easily prove them wrong, let me do the recount. This is me information here that I got this, that, and the third. You do the recount, you got the observers and the persons to really come and observe what's going on. And we clarify it as a nation and move forward because that is to the benefit. That's the real progress for the nation. This isn't progressive for the nation. This is not progressive, and this is a progressive party. If they're really about progress, then they will say, listen, recount this, because we already got these findings, we got the statements of polls, we got the digital information, we got the ballots, everything, this, that, and the third. Recount it, and then let's move forward. Real progress, right? But that's not what we're seeing going on right here.
The thing with that here means he's calling numbers with the people that actually come in. Y'all gotta listen to nothing action to recount both here with Region 10.
Yeah.
Region 7 and Region 4. How we come with 5, 6, 9 and numbers there?
Gaslighting you away from the thing you should be paying attention to. Then next thing you know, you get run over by the truck, right? I'm telling you.
I don't want to see the man face already from the man.
It's good fun. The lies was being said so you could figure out the lies too, because you see how you fishing them out. You see how you figuring it out? When you listen, you just get to understand what's going on because now you're paying attention. You know what I mean? And you're breaking it down, sussing it out good. You need to try for gaslight. The persons are saying they want to recount. You got the information, give them a recount, right?
And aside for saying, you got to ask the man, Kwame, using out in the place.
Yeah.
Kwame creates a lot of hazard. And he's talking about people, the Guyanese people stupid. Well, that is stupid. We're seeing the regime recounting. That is stupid when they're stupid.
Listen.
So, Jario, better go back to the table, go back to school. Don't go to Iceberg school, because Iceberg school don't do nothing. They got another one. He just needs to upset for the numbers just now. If he had a low turnout, so how come them figures so high weekly?
All right. That's the thing. You got to have something to compensate that. You can't say that low voters turn out, but then you get so much votes and you upturning the people who was getting the same region all the time. How that happen with a low voter turnout? That's possible?
I don't know what shocked me just now, but and the low turnout.
Yeah.
Man, thank you very much.
Right. Thanks for calling and you have a great rest of the day. See? The Matsin. It's Truth Thursdays over here. Truth Thursdays right here on Delta 9 Media. And persons are definitely voicing their opinions about what is going on with this 2025 election. Greetings, you're on to Delta 9 Media Live.
Delta?
Greetings. Yep.
Delta?
Yeah, you're live. You're live right here. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, good night.
Good night.
Yeah, good night. There's a P.P.P. They are liars and they rigged the election. You see this man, JAGDEO? My husband and him, they went to school together.
Yeah.
This man is a malfairer. That's how this man say, yes. And I hear the observer, the foreign observer then, they say that the election, it was not transparent. I heard that from myself here. They didn't have no fight or anything, but they rigged the election, you understand?
Yeah.
And this is not fair, you understand? These people can't continue to do these things. You understand? They did not win the election.
That's what Harmony. That's what Harmony is saying. You see, Harmony is agreeing with you. Harmony is saying the elections should be null and void. New elections with a new voters list. That's what Harmony is saying. Big up yourself, Harmony. Thanks for tuning in. So you see,
and next thing too, and next thing to Delta, they say some persons that went to vote that they did not comply with rules because you're not supposed to take your phone when you're going into to vote, you understand?
Yeah.
And some people take out pictures when they put the X on the ballot, and it was online and these kind of things. So it's a lot of irregularity and unruly set of some people, you understand, and cheating it. And this needs to stop. We need to do something about it. P.P.P. did not win. I'm so vexed. Okay, bye.
All right. Thanks for calling in, Carl. Have a great rest of the evening. See? How all of these people is wrong. How all of these people is wrong, and we hearing this coming out. This is the information we get from
a very, very long time before these 3 months. So misleading people, using his charity to try to build a base or an impression that he is generous and he is charitable. And he launched his party at the right time when there were lots of people who did not want to support A.P.N.U again.
Greetings, you're on to Delta 9 Media Line.
Yeah, good night.
Good night, good night.
Yeah. I have a little problem with that man that is on the screen. I cannot support this man anymore. We're supposed to see him. I cannot take it. I cannot see this man anymore. And I get mad. Please find something else to do. He wants to be voice, but that's not a man. Oh God, it's not a person honestly shown on a screen.
Yeah. We can pull it down and we can put up some more conversation coming from somebody.
Put up anything. Put up a dog, a cow, or something. But I can't stand anything to see this man. Oh God, I'm getting upset.
Thanks for calling and you have a great rest of the evening. You see, the information is upsetting that's being presented to people because you know why? Listen to this. Listen to what we pull this down off the screen. Just like Uncle was pointing out. You know what I'm saying? It's a situation where persons are sick and tired of hearing the lies. Because guess what? The Honorable Amansa was pointing out to us from a while before all of this hit the fan. This is what the Honorable Amansa was pointing out.
Joint services. And they've already lost a ballot box. They can't find a whole ballot box. Can you imagine when a couple thousand ballot boxes are in play come September 1?
The allure was going on since the armed forces was voting. Ballot box was disappearing since then. Ballot box was disappearing since then. Let's hear this. Louis understands what's taking place, you know. Louis understand the level of corruption, and that's why almost 2,000 persons in the live right now. If you haven't already subscribed, take a couple of seconds. Make sure that you subscribe. And if you don't like the video yet, Thumbs up the video. We rocking out what is almost 2.5 hours. We're here presenting real information, highlighting and updating you with everything that's trending in Guyana and in the diaspora. Right now, we highlighted everything as it relates to these corruption and a lot of alleged voters rigging, because how a whole ballot box is going to disappear is something that we really need to look into, because persons is asking for a recount, ballot box disappearing, ballots ending up online with people taking pictures, right? We hearing about people putting an X outside of the box and people arguing that that's a valid vote. All kind of discrepancies, and persons really thinking, even down to the commissioner them telling you before the election that the same commission that they are a part of they can't promise that this commission can produce free and fair elections. And now look what's going on in the country, buddy. This is what's taking place.
They are playing in our faces. And instead of the bigger parties who have the bandwidth waking up and bringing these things to the attention of the people, they're busy fighting people like me who are out there trying to awaken Guyanese and trying to tell us, listen, we've got to change this system.
Oh my God. I was not aware of this, by the way. I was not aware that a ballot box was launched just from the uniform votes.
Yeah, and imagine 10,000 vote 10,000 eligible voters. Not all of them voted, and up to now we can't finish counting and reconciling. The spreadsheet, you know that word spreadsheet saying one thing, the manual count saying something else.
Greetings to Texas and everybody tuned in watching us all the way from Texas. Big up the whole of the US. Thanks for being a part of the live. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for being a part of True Thursdays right here on Delta 9 Media. And you hear the Honorable Miss Amansa Desir pointing out to us that, listen, ever since when it was just the armed forces voting, ballot box disappearing. We come into the general elections now where everybody is voting. And y'all know the rest what went down. We hearing for the first time ever in the history of Guyana. This thing is just, it's so crazy. The first time in the history of Guyana, something like this happened. To where the P.P.P would have won Region 4 by a very large margin as well too.
With 10,000 votes.
So if Gecom cannot properly secure the votes of less than 10,000 people, how can Guyana have confidence that these people, and this is why I said, Guyanese,
and you know what they're you know what they're running towards, Laura, because you know I gotta jump off now. You know what they're running towards? They want these elections, no matter how poor, no matter how non-transparent, no matter how it lacks credibility. They just want the elections to happen. And then I say, man, go to elections petition. And we know from experience that they can take another 5 years for that decision to be made. That is what we are facing in this country. That is what we are facing in this country. And so for the people who should be making a lot of noise about this, they're coming after Forward Guyana because what? They think that we are small and so we're an easy target. But don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. Fight the P.P.P. Don't fight like with Forward Guyana movement.
I'm telling you. Everybody's saying, listen, they got to come together and do what needs to be done to get certain persons out of these positions. As we look around, the corruption is getting even more rampant as the days progress, buddy. What's the next thing for the country? What is next for the country? Let me read some of these comments and see what persons got to say right now for the live. Wait, these delusional clowns actually think any sane person will let them run Guyana? Evil Inside 1332. I'm trying to understand what the statement really means. Who are the persons you're referring to? Delta 9 Media, what more is there to do to get rid of these corrupt people? I'm telling you, Anna, it's a sad situation in the country. That's one of the real solutions that persons gotta really look into. I've been saying it, that the right persons need to be in these positions of power, because if you don't have the right people in these positions of power, it's all levels of corruption that we see. And look, greetings, you're on to Delta 9 Media Line.
Yeah, quickly, my brother, listen.
Yes.
And one other main thing that the Guyanese people need to remember, they need to remember this strictly. JAGDEO is presently married to a Cuban. A Cuban Spanish woman, and he has 2 children with her. Nobody knew about that. That's been secretly done. Now you know what Cuba is, communism. Okay?
Yes.
So he has an influencer in there. Okay? So the Guyanese people need to rise up and say, hey, that's it, out.
Wow.
You know who you are. But I just want you all to remember that he's married to a Cuban woman in there. By the way, a Cuban operative. Thank you.
Insightful.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for calling in. Well, you heard it right there from the caller. You heard it right there. That means that there's way more to the situations that's taking place in the country. Persons are paying attention. Persons from all over the nation is paying attention. People got a lot to say about the things that's going on in the country.
Be educated and placed in the position of authority. For a man with political standing, for a man that is supposed to be educated and placed in the position of authority to govern Guyana in a certain aspect. You know, you were given such a high position. Don't let this position get to your head, you know. You were fortunate enough to be there and rooting for you at a rally. Imagine you going at a rally where these persons are supposed to, you know, the persons that are in electoral positions, you know, high and high, we're supposed.
Greetings, you're on to Delta 9 Media Line.
Good night, sir.
Greetings.
Yeah, greetings.
Yeah,
you know, I live all the way in New York, right?
Yeah.
I'm Guyanese, and I don't like what's really going on in Guyana. Now, if you have all these things going on, as long as they have these people in Gecom, CRITIC and all them, and as long as they have JAGDEO there,
yeah,
Guyana can never see a change. The Guyanese people can never live the life that is desire to live under these people. Period. That's only one part of it, right?
Yeah.
Now, if you have all this stuff going on in this election, presently as it is, right? And then now the RECOUNT and the Senate come out with a result because Gecom know what they're doing. With the armed forces both and all these different things.
Yes, you got missing ballot box and all kind of thing.
Right. What they need to do now is call these elections null and void. The people need to stand up now as it is. Call these elections null and void and let them put an interim government in place and then find something because you can't still have another 5 years watch these people do nothing. It is not fair for the Chinese people. Because the first thing is they're black for the next 5 years. For the next 5, not more 5 years, in the 4.5 years.
Yeah.
For the next 4.5 years, there's a black monkey, there's a slave, and that kind of thing, and then the half year now, lead up to the election again now, they want to vote. So they're trying to pay for your game money, that kind of thing. And when you pay power now, after that now, there's a black monkey, this and that kind of thing, black people need to understand where these people coming from. And that's racist. But see, JAGDEO and them, they're using black people. They're using us, and we keep falling in the same hole over and over and over and over again.
It's so sad. It's so sad.
You understand? So we got to stand up. They stand to stand up.
Yeah.
Call these elections null and void, and let us put the interim government in place. Period. Don't even look now we come. Because the same thing comes to it. Because they already fixed it for JAGDEO them. Because how you could the results of election and the results in community.
Yeah.
In 2020, he had a figure of what he's looking at. And kind of thing and was involved in it. They can't have that. So as long as they are there, the people in Guyana that never know peace and never know the way forward. Period. Have a good night, sir.
All right, thanks for calling in, right?
Yes, yes.
All right, have a good one. See? People calling from international, people calling from the Caribbean, people calling from Guyana. Caller, you could call back right now. Let me see if I get you. See if you are calling. Let me give you a call back.
Hello, good night.
Greetings, caller. You're on to Delta 9 Media Line.
Yes, good night, Delta 9.
Good night, good night.
I think the show, don't let nobody swearing.
Yeah.
And everybody protect. Because they never in region 4 yet.
Yeah. Recount is it. A recount is it so that persons could get to the bottom of what went on with the original voting. Plus, people are saying, listen, with all of the... Yeah.
When people get after results and go in the time that they get a recount, and then they declare that they win. So we supposed to get a recount.
Too much things happening that they making no sense, man. Too many things is happening that make no sense. How ballot box disappear?
My contribution today. Thank you.
All right, thanks for calling in. Have a good one.
Yeah, thanks very much. Yeah.
Greetings. You're on to Delta 9 Media Line. See a caller that was just calling in. I think I might have disconnected that caller by accident. My bad if I disconnected you by accident, caller. You were just calling in. I don't think you even got a chance to come through. So if you dial back, I will definitely make sure that I answer, right? My apologies for that.
The nation, promoting the unity of the nation, the sustenance of the people, and
Greetings, caller. You're on to Delta 9 Media Line.
Yes. Good evening, Captain.
Big up yourself. What's going on?
Again, looking at the show and concerning the contribution people been making comments about the election. I want to bring something to the attention of the public, to the Guyanese people now, the diaspora who's interested.
Yeah.
Now, I've been looking at several social media and I've heard that the Honorable Mr. NEWSROOM said that the Elections Commission is responsible for announcing the results of the election.
Yes.
And I've been looking social media recently and I see the Prime Minister, Mr. JAGDEO, is announcing that his party So it's like it's so unprofessional that why we of all persons we choose to take such responsibility.
Yeah.
After knowing the discrepancy and the distrust that the Guyanese people got.
Ballot box missing, and plus you're claiming you win region 4, or you gonna pronounce fund? You can't pronounce fund that.
Bro, I could bet my life they can't win region 4, bro.
That's the problem. That's the problem why people are saying, nah. All of this can't be a coincidence, man. You win region 4, you win region 10.
I think what pull high, I want to total it with you. Whether it's region 4 or whether it's region 10.
Yeah.
This thing is a trickery that's already designed. Once they go up there, you gotta go to court and go through the mill again. Don't set so.
Exactly. That's what Manso was pointing out. That's what Manso was pointing out.
It's unacceptable. They already didn't announce that the confident they win this election, but Chinese people so soft and love and patriotic to the country that they're still buying these cheap talks, bro. And many of us out here are listening and saying that how could you tell Guyanese people that you win the election because you see from some site? It's not that is the agreement. The agreement is the elections commissioner declare who's the winner.
Yes.
Are you agree with me, brother?
It is. That was definitely the arrangement. That's definitely, and they're the only persons that can pronounce too. Not just they're the only person that can pronounce is Gecom.
So putting one and two together and tell you what to see from near and far.
Yes,
We
big,
let them have big deficiency and they want to go back and sit down.
yeah, yeah, and persons all over the world is pointing out them. Persons from all over the world is pointing out that.
It's the same bully. It's the same bullying form. So I'm saying that it's time the Ghanaian people wake up and don't wait for no results because they're waiting for a lash their head. They're waiting for you in something that they don't want to hear.
I'm telling you.
They got to make up their mind to either sit with it, live with it like my mama say, stay a man, a cut and run. Thank you very much, brother. Have a blessed one. Continue doing the good work. Proud of you.
Big up yourself, King. Thanks for calling in.
You're welcome.
So you see, people from all over the world, people on the ground, people in the US, the UK, the Caribbean, everybody on the live right now. Almost 2,000 people watching us live. Please, ladies and gentlemen, take a couple of seconds and thumbs up this live so that everybody will have an opportunity to see what's taking place with these elections. Since Monday this going on, this election situation should have been sorted out by now. But persons got ulterior motives and ulterior plans for a long time now. It seems from since when the armed forces were voting, we heard the Honorable Amatsa point out, since then ballot box missing, people taking picture of the ballots and all kind of things. Now, the country is at odds because of what's going on with the results. Persons want to hear an official result, and some persons are definitely not taking the results that some people are presenting because they're claiming things that has never been so before.
Have a peaceful run of this election and this and that and the third. Bro, tell me why you have to include, like, it's okay, it's always normal when us as Afro-Guyanese are disrespected publicly, worldwide, you know, privately. It's okay for us to be disrespected. We should never say anything. We should never feel offended because we're not humans. In the eyes of many, we were just slaves. Understanding your history and understanding who you are is the first step in knowing yourself or your true identity as an individual. The 1763 slave rebellion was orchestrated by the man named Coffee. Everyone knows this. In Barbies. He was the one that orchestrated the rebellion, allowing other leaders for us to get independence like a day like now. Did you think in your God-forsaking mind that us as Afro-Guyanese were the only slaves that existed during the time of slavery? Like, help me understand if it's
Yeah, people don't want to deal with the level of oppression no more. People don't want to hearing, oh, is a this, is a that. Why? Why are we dealing with one another like that? People need to deal with one another like that. We are forced in a country that is so few of us that we got land, Dora, to where we got land to grow crops to become the food basket of the Caribbean, right? We have wealth, we got oil, we got gold, tons and tons of gold. People come and ship out to the country, backside this, that, and the third. And all of this being so. But the way that we relate with one another is the thing that people just use and take advantage over everybody. They just use this divide that we got. That they just help to foster sometimes as well. And they just use it to their advantage. All hear what the young sister saying right here? Do you hear?
They could speak as they want. I am highly offended because I'm an Afro-Guyanese. And I have the right to speak on things that offend me. Even an Indo-Guyanese were offended by what he said because they're Guyanese. They're Guyanese with a conscience, with a mind, with a soul, with a heart that has no racism.
Yep.
And for you, in such position, to push this propaganda of racism in this 21st century is appalling. It's gross. Because I don't identify myself as just Guyanese. I'm an Afro-Guyanese, a proud one at that. And if I say I'm a proud Afro-Guyanese, it means I'm happy to be me. Now, if you're identifying one of our heroes as a proud slave, then you're telling us that he was okay with being a slave. He was okay with the ill treatment and the inhumane circumstances that he had to live under that caused or prompted the rebellion in the first place. Right? He was treated less than.
Nobody in like that, nobody would never be proud of that. And we know that's not the legacy of our ancestors. We know that is a well-developed nation that was invaded and oppressed in their own land most times. Most times when they bring this conversation about slavery, they're dealing with prisoners of war in their own nation, right? Because if you check back, you're going to realize that all of this conversation about them bringing us from here and taking us to there, a lot of it got a lot of holes. A lot of it, the matching, just like what's going on with this 2025 election. The matching, and persons are saying they need a recount and they need the recount now for region number 4, because there's no way that persons could just win region number 4 just like that. And I can just pull this on screen so persons can see. This person right there, we're not going to even play the video, because you are supposed to would have seen it by now, pop up somewhere in algorithm or something like that. All I'm saying to you stay about it is, right now we want to deal with it, you know. Right now we ain't dealing with it. We dealing with a different type of approach. We're moving in unity, and we doing what we could do to help out one another so that this situation that's going on right now in the country don't escalate into a problem that we're gonna take longer to fix. We don't need nobody else dying over this thing. We don't need nobody else getting hurt over this. We need this situation dealt with and dealt with in a real way, right? Greetings, Carla. Welcome to the live.
Yeah, greetings. I think they should change up everybody in Chico. A new body. Everybody.
Claudette
Gecom is the problem right now.
Gone.
Pardon me?
You're saying Claudette and everybody should definitely be shuffled up.
Play around.
Yeah.
They're going to continue going answer all the time. They're going to get elections. There, they're going to hijack it. Everybody's P.P.P. at Gecom. Supposed to get rid of everybody. But you see, as them ain't no say because they want to kick out A.P.N.U party, we could win. And we black people send out the old massy black people. They're cooperating, they're going to vote, them lazy. If they come together and united, everything will be okay. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you for calling. You have a great rest of the day.
Thank you.
Greetings, caller. You're on to Delta 9 Media Live.
Thank you.
Good evening, caller. You need to mute the background, and you're on to Delta 9 Media Live.
Hi, Delta 9.
Yes, you're on to Delta 9 Media Live. Thanks for calling in. You need to mute the background.
Delta 9.
Yes, I'm right here, but you need to mute the background. We're having feedback.
Yes, I'm right here, but you need to mute the background. We're having feedback.
Hello?
Hi, good night, Delta 9.
Yes, we right here. We can hear you better now.
Okay, I'm calling from Guyana.
All right. Big up everybody in GT.
Yeah. I only want to make one contribution to the program tonight.
All right.
A few weeks back, I was on my phone on WhatsApp and a video came up where NEWSROOM was speaking.
Yeah.
And he said that if we can't win it, we can got to rig it like we did the last time.
Wow.
I don't know if you could, anybody there could help you with that video.
If somebody got it, then definitely they could send it to the WhatsApp and I will pull it up right now if they send it to me right now. But I didn't see it.
I don't have it because I'm not a so bored with the phone and recording things.
Mm-hmm.
But put it out that if anybody got that video, they can send it to you.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
Those were his words.
Mm-hmm.
And I was worried, how can a man so publicly say something like that and was never held, you know?
Never held
said.
accountable for what he said.
These people are so powerful that they tell themselves they can't be touched.
Mm.
That's my contribution.
That's a dark reality. Thank you for calling in and you have a great rest of the day.
You too, thanks. Bye-bye.
Thank you. See? Persons are pointing out the level of oppression we're going on in the country, buddy. If you think that you are so powerful to where you could do something like that and say that, listen, if we can't win it, we can go for rig it. Please, if anyone, I see almost 2,000 people watching me. If anybody got that video, send it through. Send it to the WhatsApp. And I'm definitely going to pull it up and put it into the record. Let the family see and hear what's going on. But while I got on the screen right here now, we hear that a big thing go on in the press conference. Travis Chase stepped forward and summons people for saying and doing certain things. Let me get updated with what's going on right here. Almost 2,000 people in the live. If you haven't already taken a couple of seconds, ladies and gentlemen, thumbs up the live because we're keeping you updated with all of this what's going on right here. Let me hear what this caller got to say before we watch the video. Greetings, caller. You're on to Delta 9 Media Live.
Hi, Delta. Good night, and good night, everyone.
Good night, good night.
I decided to call in because if anyone was watching the election that night, Gecom had a website where they were uploading all the SOS.
Yeah.
And based on my tallying while they were uploading it to the website, Win won that election, Mr. Norton came in second, and JAGDEO them hardly had any votes.
Mm-hmm.
Now, all of a sudden, the website went down, and the SOS were no longer posted. The only regret I have, I didn't screenshot because I didn't think they were going to do that. Now, if anybody was able to download that information from Gecom website, you guys will see that Win won that election. And Norton came in second.
That might be the situation
but they
that's
have
going
two
on.
regions left to be counted.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, they start delaying.
Yes. Yes.
That was the one that Doggie was following.
Yeah.
Boxes. That's where the mix-up start coming in.
Okay.
Go back and watch Melly Mel page. You're going to see she was uploading all the SOS.
Yes, I saw she made a number of
go back to
uploads.
Doggie live and do the timeline, and you'll see what I'm talking about, because I was up watching the live with them.
Wow.
And I was tallying as fast as they tally.
Yes.
Go back and you guys watch and you'll see.
See?
I don't know if Brian Max kept a copy of it as well.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure he probably did. That's why he's saying that he's rallying.
And
he
that's
probably
why
have a copy of them.
that's probably why Parsons is out on the street right now.
He still need to be careful, because if they're aware of it, he would be a target. He needs to be careful too. So is Melly Mel.
Well, he definitely needs to be careful because we saw what happened to him already.
It's funny, they didn't think anybody was going to follow the website when they were posting the SOS.
You see, they don't count on us being this clever and this united towards certain things, you know. And that's why we always got to move like this.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Everybody look out.
They didn't. But you guys keep an eye out, keep praying for everybody, keep being vigilant, keep protesting as much as you can peacefully. If we don't use our voice, we will never be heard.
Yep.
A closed mouth does not get fed.
Never does. Never
And we
does.
all have to stand together. That country belongs to us, not the people they're trying to sell it abroad to.
Definitely.
We should benefit first before anybody else.
That should be the case.
If it wasn't, especially for the elderly folks, if they didn't plant the seed, we couldn't reap it. And where are their rewards? We have all this abuse and killing going on in Guyana. Is nobody realizing any of those things? If they stay in office and do right by every Guyanese citizen, I wouldn't have a problem with them. But I'm sick and tired of all this abuse for women, the elderly being neglected, all these children being raped and murdered, all these unsolved murder. I am tired of it, and I don't live in Guyana. I left there 30 years ago.
And if you say anything, trees in charge. Don't forget that.
I have been saying, because I'm not afraid of none of them. I fear God only.
I'm talking about the people on the ground, especially those that
I
can't.
know they're afraid, but if they don't stand together in unity, they would never be heard. If you keep being scared,
and you got worse,
everybody is going to be at risk.
Yeah, you got worse to come to, because that's nothing more than what bully like. A bully like when you're scared. Yeah.
You have to show them you're not.
Yeah.
It's the only way they're going to back down.
Yeah.
But I wish everybody the best, and I'll continue to watch and see how things unfold.
Definitely. Thanks for calling.
All right. Have a good night, everyone.
You too. You have a great rest of the evening.
You too. Bye-bye.
Yeah, see? Person's pointing it out, buddy. Everybody wrong and they right. Everybody can't be wrong about this thing, man. We can't all be wrong about what's going on with this count and this recount. That's the video right here that we're about to play. We're about to play this video of critics getting served in the press conference. I can jump off the screen because you ain't gotta see me for this one. So you could see everything on the screen and be able to understand what's going on. Greetings, you're on to Delta 9 Media Live.
Hi Delta, good night. Wow. So P.P.P. indeed steal the election. Anyway, Delta, one of the things that confuses me is how do that people vote? When I finish talking, you're gonna talk. How can that people vote? Why I say that? I worked at the last election in Antigua, right? And first thing you have to get an election sheet with the entire name. That's a general sheet, right?
Yes.
Of the people then that is eligible to vote. And in each constituency, you have a sheet is being placed there, where you go and you see a name, and where you have to go and vote. Good. On the day of voting, right?
Yes.
You make sure you walk with your voter's ID card, right?
Yeah.
And when you come, voting starts from 6 to 6. But if you're in the line after 6, you still can vote, right? Until the line is finished.
Correct.
So when you come there, you come with your voter's ID card, and you show one of the workers, you show us the card, we check our list and see your name and watch at you and see that the same person that presenting the card to us is whether Mary Douglas or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And secondly, you do not go in to place your X with your phone. There's a basket there, and you leave your phone. The only thing you just get on you is the voter's ID. You go in the box and you place your X, whoever you're voting for. After all that is finished and everybody finished voting, we count the ballots then. We count also, we have police officers. And then the presiding officer will go to the main place where all the ballots is and count it. So I don't understand how dead people can vote. Because remember, when you bring your ID card, we have to check your face, check your ID card, check the list, and make sure it's the person. So how does P.P.P. does that?
That means
I don't know, but in
the ballot,
we don't have no dead people voting.
The ballot
Then
might be.
I'm going to listen to you now.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, thanks for calling in. The ballot might be going into the box without them checking, right? The ballot might be going in the box without them checking ID or checking any face. It might just be a whole lot of ballots that already got a certain type of signature next to a certain, image that is representing a particular party, and it might already be ready and prepped to be put into the box. And that's probably how they're putting all of these alleged persons that would have transcended on the voters list and making them be able to vote. They can't really walk into the ballot, the voting area to vote, but their information might be used to create these voting options or create this opportunity to where their information can be presented as if they actually voted. They ain't got to move and stand up in there, but you could fill out the information on the papers and put it into the same ballot box without nobody even going into the booth. That's why I think, I could be completely wrong about it, but this conversation about persons that are transcended and on the list is one that's been around for a while, and that's something that the Carter Center even pointed out. They said that persons in Guyana got to do something to get the list in order. But guess what was going on at the press conference? Let's look at this and see what's taking place right here.
So while I've been doing JAGDEO's press conference, I've just been informed that marshals are downstairs to serve me some documents. So I'm going to receive the documents from them.
Good morning, moment, man.
Hey, buddy. Oh, yes.
Information for court use.
What is this in relation to?
Travis Chase. It's it's a defamation, right? So this is for you.
So I just got collected. Do I have to sign anything?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Right here.
Greetings, caller. You're on to Delta 9 Media Live.
Hi, Delta Live Media. I just sent you a WhatsApp audio that is being circulated. I don't know how true and how authentic is it.
Yeah.
I just get it the same way I get it. I send it to you.
Yeah.
My question, so I've known you a very long time. We grew up in Guyana together.
Okay.
I know you. Yeah, I know you. I'm in the IT long time. If you see me, you might be, yeah. Anyway, I am wondering, Jamaica had election just yesterday. They already know the results. Guyana had election since the first, and we can't know the results up to now. We have one common de facto. It's by JAGDEO who's manipulating the system. Why can we do something? I'm not saying no violence, but we have to do something, and we have to do it now. The people in Guyana cannot take another 5 years. Yeah. I am telling you, it's either Guyana turn like Haiti or turn like Venezuela, if you understand where I'm coming from.
Yeah, and we don't want our country end up like that. Look at what's going on in them nations you just mentioned there. Oh, jeez, bro. Nah.
Yes, brother. You know me well. We grow together, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I just want us to see how you can propel more scholars and see where we can go from there.
Definitely.
That is all.
Pick up yourself, King, and thanks for calling in, right?
You're welcome.
Have a good one. See? Something gotta give. But what's going on right here with persons being served? Let me continue watching at this so we could understand as what's taking place.
What's your name? Nice, thanks. Thanks, buddy. Cool. So, guys, we have been served by Travis Chase. No. You good, brother. Thanks for your good work. You can't them banners, young banners doing the work. Oh. Who bring you? You gone on the road? How we gonna run? We left the marshal, we there. How we gonna left the marshal, we there. Yeah, so Travis Chase, everybody got a lawsuit. Travis Chase take Mohammed money, he got ties to the Venezuelans, now they bring a lawsuit. We did it. We didn't ever bring you there. All right, guys. Back to JAGDEO's press conference. I got important things going on. JAGDEO press conference is going on. Very important. A court martial for Travis Chase.
How much lawsuit now, man? How many? Too many to count, right? And this is the situation going on in GT. The distractions, the gaslighting, when it's one of the most pivotal moments in our nation's history, in our nation's presence, and for our nation's future. People are on the road, buddy. People are ready to protest over what's going on in the 2025 elections. And this episode of Truth Thursday, we had a chance to see so much going on in the nation. We went through the fact that people are protesting in the street. We got a chance to hear from different people now thinking that they're pointing out certain things to we, but we don't understand that they were setting up the opposition from before. We got a chance to showcase so many other things, persons speaking out about what's going on in the elections, right? We had a chance to see so much. We heard from the VP. He was claiming that everything is founded and this is the situation that actually went down. We actually had these victories, but guess what? You can't be right and so many other people is completely wrong. You got to give them an ear. Why not do the recount? Wouldn't the recount be a much shorter process, or is there something in the actual count that's being presented that can be validated in the first place? Because if you got a win, it should be able to be validated by a recount. If you win where you can't be validated by a recount, you really got no win because it's not validated by anything, right? But guess what? It's Guyana, and we are serious about our country. And the thing is this, we understand that we're living in one of the richest nations in the world. So we can't let people just run in and do what they want, overthrow this, upturn that, and then create a chaotic country that they can now plunder with ease. No, we the persons that live in the country have to say enough is enough with this wrangling and tangling and tearing down one another. Come together in unity and say, listen, we gain more together than apart. We will gain more together than if we continue to tear down one another and move like this, buddy. We got to really analyze it. What kind of country are we really facilitating? Your callers already point out that if Guyana got to go through 5 more years of this, there's no guarantee that the nation that we will have left will look anything or will have any semblance to a country that we would have grown to love, buddy. And why? We're going to allow people to jump into the country and just destroy it. It's Truth Thursdays right here on Delta 9 Media. And right now, the flight has landed. Flight has landed, buddy, right here on Delta 9 Media. Audrey, thanks for tuning in. And thanks for being a part of the live, right? Thanks for being a part of Truth Thursdays. So everybody who is watching right now, the flight has landed. It's time to make sure you like the video before you left the broadcast. It's time to make sure that you thumbs up and you subscribe, because we will be keeping you updated. We will be watching everything that's going on in the headlines and everything that's going on the ground, and keeping you updated with every detail. As we get it, we're going to make sure that we share it with you. Matter of fact, a brother was saying that he sent us a voicemail. Let me go into this area and play it so that persons can hear what is in the voicemail. I hope that is not nothing that is too crazy right now, right? But we're gonna analyze it. Flight has landed right here on Delta 9 Media. Let me play this voicemail and see.
My brother, how you doing? How are you doing today? I'm doing good. Congratulate you guys, by the Nigerian group, the Nigerian P.P.P supporting group. Let me tell you something. Y'all did extremely well. Tell me something about what happened yesterday with your Nigerian group. I know you guys planned it weeks in advance, you know, and I observed the different persons had to come out, and some of the investment many of you made, like yourself, 100,000, and the chairman another 100,000, and
I contributed 200,000.
200,000.
Yeah, we used that money. The total money we had was 500,000.
Yeah.
We listening to him on a voicemail of persons talking about what they do to help to bring in people to vote. This is crazy. I just got this voicemail from a person that called in and said, listen, I just sent you that. You heard it in the record. And we're listening to it quick as the flight landed. We're listening to it before we pick up we luggage and we move. We want to hear what's going on.
Yes, yes.
We had some people working in Region 8.
Yes.
And they had to send for them to come.
Mm-hmm.
And we did a lot of publicity. We have a couple of us in Suriname. About 14 of them came, but we did not sponsor them. They came on their own. They paid their way.
Yeah.
All the thing they wanted was that we should find accommodation for them, and we entertain them.
Excellent.
Apart from that, I used the bus. We're carrying people up and down in Schoonhout.
Oh, so let me come there. So not only you did we got the Nigerians in Georgetown, and let's talk about Georgetown. So you mobilized them, and they were able to vote.
Yeah, they were able to vote.
And they vote for the People's Progressive Party.
Yes.
I saw they were sending the fingers now. Tell us enough about it.
Yeah, they're sending their finger, because what we said that you have to, when you vote, you have to send the thing in the group, so that at least that the party leaders will know that, hey, that we did something, not something in the mouth. But a lot of them did not send the thing, because the whole Nigerian group, everybody voted.
Man, I had an opportunity to meet with the Nigerian group, and let me tell you, I really admire you guys. Are professionals, doctors, engineers, and I must say, welcome aboard. We are happy to have you part of the People's Progressive Party, and you guys are very strong, man. I even heard, from the grapevine, the other parties, they talked against you guys because of your decision of following.
Yeah. What happened the last rally on Saturday? All of us went to Les Ognan, took a lot of pictures, put in the group. So people now send those pictures to opposition, and they send some calls, views up.
Team Delta, y'all here we're going on, right? Even though the flight would have landed, y'all here we're going on, right? This situation is very, very serious.
Just out, are we voting Indian party? The Indian party don't like black people, and we're going to join hands with them and so on. How we betray them? I said no, we didn't betray them because we decided to vote President Ali.
Wow.
Second thing, because we have seen what he has done.
Wow.
Yeah, P.P.P is not a racial party.
Yeah.
Because they have done a lot of things for black people. People that didn't have land, got enough land.
That's right.
Contract. What am I saying?
That's right.
So we voted President Ali, and I thank God, because they were saying that when they come into power, that the first thing, now what I see here, the first thing they're going to do is to send all Nigerians back to us. So I thank God that they will not send us back.
Wow, they can't.
But right now they ain't got
no power.
They ain't got nothing. I don't understand. They lost everything. They ain't winning no way.
No opposition.
So I thank God. Our people, the Nigerian people in Guyana, we really supported all them students. They went and voted yesterday.
President A.F.C.
Yes.
And the other thing too, I noticed that your organization, what's the name of your organization?
Okay, we have
your organization.
Okay, my company.
Organization.
Okay, the name of my business is Yahweh Conglomerate.
Yes, I noticed yesterday in Schoonard that you had your bus, maneuvering and with
carrying people. Yes.
And I observed that your bus name was added at the list of persons contracted for yesterday.
Yes.
And I must congratulate you on that.
Yes.
How you had your vehicles.
I was there from 7 o'clock till 6 o'clock.
Wow.
Wow. And we moved going up and down. I don't really know the names of the
people and places.
The places that we went.
Yes.
But we went a lot of places yesterday.
So
and I was there with them from morning
till afternoon.
To the afternoon, plus coordinating the Nigerian people.
Yes.
Who were in the workplace and needed a taxi.
Yes.
I had to send taxi for pick them up.
Yes, I saw that.
If we needed any more confirmation that we need a recount, if we needed any more confirmation that we really need to get down to the bottom of what was going on in this election, the recording right there help us to understand just how serious this thing is. People came all the way from Africa to play a part in making sure that what we got to deal with right here so now with people protesting the count and all type of corruption in the elections went down smoothly. But they didn't count on the fact that the persons would have been this vigilant. People are vigilant and serious about the nation, buddy, and people coming all the way from different continents to infiltrate what we got going on in Guyana, which is a war to us in Guyana. Just how wealthy our nation is, just how many persons are paying attention to our country, and how are we moving around while we're there. People got their eyes on we, buddy. We can't got no kind of election, no shabby elections like this when you got international forces that would manipulate you and use you and your populace together. We got to move in a different way. Thanks to every single person that was tuning in to us for this entire live, and for those that's gonna catch us in the rewind in the future, big up yourself same way. This is True Thursday right here with Delta 9 Media, and I want to thank every single person that tuned into this live and everybody that's gonna catch it in the rewind. Big up yourself. Salute, and I will catch you in the next flight. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks to every single body for tuning in. Thanks to all the moderators. Thanks to everyone that commented. Thanks to everybody that called in. Remember, this live is nothing without you, the viewers. So I thank all of you for being a part of this presentation, and I look forward to seeing you in the next flight. So make sure you subscribe and get the notifications when we're going live again, or when we upload videos, so that we could keep you updated. We can keep you updated with every single step of what's going on right here, because it looked like if we're in for a protest and a whole lot of other back and forth with this recount, because it all seems as if persons is willing to just let this recount go along. But big up yourself. Let's see, somebody's calling in. One more call before we pull the curtains down. Greetings, caller. You're on to Delta 9 Media Live. Hello? Hello? What's going on here? Seems like person calling in from, hold on. Who ain't getting for answer? I can call you back as soon as this call finish, caller. There's something going on with this phone. I can call you right back right now. Watch this. Call you right back. Which number call me? All right, there we go. Greetings, caller. You're on to Delta 9 Media. Greetings.
Yeah, good night. Listen, I sent you that video with NEWSROOM with something that you were reading me too. I sent it to you.
Oh, yeah, you did? All right, gotta pull it up.
All right, good.
Gotta pull it up. Good.
Thanks.
All right, big up yourself. You see? People are calling in and people are sending in stuff. So I gotta find this piece of content and pull it up so that persons could definitely hear this is. So I can pull it up right now.
Then so be it, we will do it. If it is that we have to rig elections again, then so be it, we will do it. If it is that we have to rig elections again, then so be it, we will do it. If it is that we have to rig elections again, then so be it, we will do it. If it is that we have to rig elections again, then so be it, we will do it. If it is that we
Mouth open story jump out. I didn't believe that they had a piece of content like that out there where a person is saying that they're gonna rig the elections again if they got to do it. A recount is necessary. We can't go through 5 more years of this blatant oppression, buddy. We would have seen and had enough of this. Y'all could believe this. I can play it again. Let's hear what the caller got to say. Greetings, caller. Greetings, caller. Hello? Hello?
Hello. Hi. All right.
Greetings,
You've been
greetings.
singing the video. I don't think
Okay. Big up yourself,
All
King.
right, good.
Thanks for sending it through.
Yeah, man. Big up
That part is
Stay in touch,
important.
right?
Yeah, man. Big up. I telling you. See? real people sending in the information so that we could understand. I can put it in the record again so we could close down with this. We're going to close out with this because this is something that we really need to pay attention to. Why? You cannot get these type of thing going on. Imagine a person telling you that if they got for rig it, they can rig it. If they got for rig it again, they're gonna rig it. Greetings, caller. We're on to Delta 9 Media Live.
Hey, Delta 9, go to Rickford. They show you all the box system that they tampered with Region 4. Yeah. Go to Rickford page right now. It's trending right now. All the boxes are separate. Okay, bye.
Now, as we pull down the curtains, all
Is that we have to rig elections again, then so be it, we will do it. If it is that we have to rig elections again, then so be it, we will do it. If it is that we have to rig elections again, then so be it, we will do it. If it is that we
that they got to rig the elections again, that so be it, they will do it. Yeah? Hearing that Mr. Burke is putting up certain stuff on his page right now, exposing certain things. Let me check and see if it's on the YouTube page or if it's on the Facebook page. Let me go to the YouTube first and see what's taking place with this, because it's definitely something that we got to stay abreast with all the details as they come out. Definitely gotta stay updated with all of this. I should have asked if it was Facebook page or if it was on YouTube page, but I more believe it might be. Let me see. I'm on the YouTube now. Let me see. So it's not the YouTube, it gotta be the Facebook. All right, so I'm pull it up on Facebook then. I'll pull it up. Pick up yourself, Team Delta. Just making sure I put in some OT right here to make sure that I show you what the caller was just pointing out. So I'm jumping on to Mr. Burke's page so we could see what really taking place here. Well, watch at this. Look at this, Team Delta, and bring it back up on the screen. Just when we think the flight is done, there's more things for us to showcase here. So I'm gonna pull it up so persons can see, right? This is what's going on. This is what we have dealing with right here. Thanks for calling it in, caller. Thank you for calling it in. Thank you for calling this in so we could definitely show this to persons and people could be updated with all of this here, somebody. Look at this. Wow. What we're looking at is Mr. Burke's page, Mr. Rickford Burke's page, and he's showcasing these ballot boxes that were tampered with and the rigging that's going on the ground. He's exposing certain strong allegations that a lot of other persons are holding as well, that these 2025 elections is highly flawed and rigged by certain persons in authority, right? What you're seeing right here is persons showcasing ballot boxes that was a part of the 2025 elections. Yeah, you had a chance to see it right here on True Thursdays with Delta 9 Media, buddy. We do it and we do it great every chance that we get. Happy to be of service and glad to play our part in what's taking place right here, right? Flight has landed, and salute to everybody rocking out with us right now, live, and everybody that's gonna catch us in the rewind. I want to thank you for being a part of this live presentation. A salute to you, and definitely make sure that you subscribe and you thumbs up the video so that even if we go live in the next hour, next 2 minutes, next 5, 10, 15 minutes, or we upload new content with updates, you will get a notification that this was done. All right? Thanks for being a part of this presentation, and I look forward to seeing you in our next live. Big up yourself.